Oh, yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
All fired up.
I missed the don't that feel good though. Woo!
Welcome to episode 48 of the Shake and Bake Show. Stevie Fast Jackson, Barnett Courtney, who is already deep in the sauce, and Lyle Yingling Eyebrows, defending Snowbirds champion, Barnett.
Oh!
Did you just accidentally throw that shit behind you?
Oh, yeah. I was cleaning up my my trophy shelf over there, and that's where I sat it.
Right, it was just sitting there for the day.
Did that right there.
Well,
Yeah.
I should have brought some of my Snowbirds trophies over here. I think I got some. I missed the heck out of you guys. It's been a busy 2 weeks. Much has happened in the world of motorsport.
What has changed?
Much has changed. Much is going to change. We are going to kind of blow the lid off some stuff tonight. We have some breaking news on many fronts. We have a rock star guest, one of my longtime racing heroes, Antron Brown, will be on a little later. I got some funny, cool stories. Antron, I'm going to see if he remembers some of this stuff. We got a lot to go over.
I'm having
Right now?
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving week, everybody. All you international folks do not understand how big this week is for Americans. We watch football. We eat food. We only work 3 days. Most of us about 2.5 days this week. And then we stop and we don't do anything. Turkey Wednesday is Wednesday night. Thursday morning, we're hungover. We watch football. And then we eat some more food.
And I Black Friday shop online.
You get
I was
crazy.
going to say, if you're one of those that stays up all night and goes Black Friday shopping,
You used to. When's the last time you went Black Friday shopping at 5 a.m.?
Never. If anybody knows me, I don't do 5 a.m. There's one 5 o'clock a day, and that's the one at night.
it's 5 o'clock.
Oh, wow. Are we on a singing mode tonight?
Yeah, before the show, we were having a Christmas, slightly altered Christmas carol-a-thon.
Yeah. No, we're starting a choir.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be what I would call that. What y'all
We
would do.
sounded good. You were starting up your car. We sounded good.
Yeah, I had to sneak out to go crank up a Who charger.
That was a good intro to mine and Courtney's little rendition of "Hark the Herald Angels Sing."
Yeah.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
Oh man.
We'll give it all to them on the first date. Jesus.
Right. If y'all do the grand finale at the beginning of the show, folks will want to watch the end of the show. So since last race, we've had NHRA Pomona World Finals, right? We've had racing in Brazil. We've had all kind of new announcements about the Snowbirds coming up next week. We're going to talk about that a little later. Let's see if we can get to some highs and lows. What intro y'all want to look at tonight?
I actually have a low, and I have a consumer problem.
Oh, do you have a deadbeat corner?
I have a deadbeat corner.
Oh, all right. Let's play. We're not going to start off with deadbeat corner, although I would like to.
Does the song in that little clip make you want to drive fast?
Yeah, it makes me want to drop the hammer. Sometimes when I'm in the car and I'm strapped in and I'm a couple pair back, I'm like singing the intro song. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna drop the hammer.
Mhm.
I want to go fast, Ricky.
Yeah.
Who's going first? Live rock paper scissors.
All right, let's do it.
All right,
You
listen.
know, right?
Listen. Rock paper scissors and then shoot. No premature ejaculations here. You ready? All right, here we go. Rock paper scissors shoot. Oh, 3 papers.
All right.
Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Dang.
Are you kidding?
Paper breaks. Rock breaks.
I thought y'all would go double paper, man.
It's tied up.
Can we speed this geriatric game up?
Yeah. Okay.
Ready?
1, 1, 2, 3.
I'm making you go.
What?
Okay, here we go. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Lyle fucking.
He's dead. We already killed him.
Oh.
Hurry up.
All right, here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Bam! I'm going first. Ha!
That was
So,
just
got
poor.
it.
Come here.
All right. So easily amused here. Let me see if I can find my high. Okay, so. Hey, what's up, Sarah? Nice D.
Can you say hey?
Hey.
What are you doing?
Buddy? You just walking around naked all the time?
Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
This would be a good time for me to throw up the parental advisory.
See you, dude.
All right, so my high. I just got back, and I'm a little loopy, so you guys bear with me. I just got back from Brazil in the middle of the night. I've been in bed a couple of days. My high this week was we have 5 customers in Brazil. We qualified number 1 in all the classes that we run a car in that KTR's partnered with. We qualified number 1 in Pro Mod with Sydney Frigo. Ricardo Rodriguez bought a new engine package, went his personal best by 500ths, qualified number 3 and finished 3rd. We qualified number 1 in 450, number 1 in 50, and number 1 in dragster. So that was definitely we're growing down there, growing the sport. Also, I got to hang out with Frank Hawley the whole week in Brazil, and that was fun. Yeah, so Frank Hawley came down. We licensed a bunch of guys. We're really working on growing the sport to bring more pro mod in there. To do that, we got to license some folks and get them ready to do it. So we licensed a bunch of drivers. Frank had a basically week-long school, consulted a little bit on some of our pro mod guys, and it was cool. And getting to be around that kind of experience, Frank's a straight shooter, and it's refreshing to have someone around you that absolutely don't give a damn. So that was my high.
That was your high.
Well, I was last, so.
Well, I had a couple. Poor Katie. I always send her a million. My high.
You have 41 of them. Which one do you want first?
I don't care. Well, not the one with Aaron because that's my low. I'll be.
Okay.
My high was probably. Oh yeah, Chef Cody had an awesome birthday party for me and Chase and Alex and Woody. As you can see, Cabernet Courtney lives on with the wine bottle at the top. It was a great time. Pomona was awesome, and then the banquet, as always. It was kind of fun this year because there was no pressure. I didn't have to help anybody write a speech. Like, don't tell Erica or Aaron or Jeg this, but it was nice. So there's our little Team Elite picture. We had a great time. Erica looked like a gosh damn Wally flavored disco ball, as always.
Well, y'all clean up pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Everybody, all the girls do like dress watch, right? Like we all mingle and talk. I want to put a ballot. Best dress, worst dress. Write it down, put it in the fucking thing. That would be so cool because I go up and tell everybody every year, whoever I dub best dress, I'll tell them. I mean, look at Big. You look good.
The thing twisted up. Yeah, it is.
Oh, he used a straightener. And then Spencer and I had a little joint birthday party in Canada. His parents took us out. Erica was with us. We went and did fondue. So it was a really good week. It was a week of many, many highs. The old birthday week, the banquet week. Oh, your girl, thirst trapping it up.
Whoop, whoop.
I was going to wear this real casual dress, and my sister wouldn't let me. She brought a gown for me. Fit like a glove. God bless her. My boys, Connor's last race with us. Bless his little heart. He got his hair cut at the damn 7-Eleven down the street.
Where's he going?
He got a real job.
What a loser.
I know. Like with a 401k and insurance.
Well.
What a loser.
Can't really blame him there.
Love Connor. So it was a good weekend of celebrating. The end of the season is always like a nice deep breath. Erica came to Canada the week after, and we slept for about 4 days straight. Spencer said, "You got to leave. You're eating and sleeping me out of house and home. Y'all got to get out." So we left.
Can't blame him.
But it was a good week.
That's healthy.
Lyle, what's your high, darling?
Oh, let's
I'm
see.
Southern as hell today.
It's Steve. Oh yeah. I got the bullet back for the old girl. Pete Harrell and the guys at HED built me a sweet 400.
Got that Wegner pulley kit up there?
Oh yeah. That's it. And Pete and the guys built that thing. So that is a brand new cylinder head from ProMax. If any of you LS fans out there that are looking for an affordable as cast head, flows good. Really nice piece. Jason Collins, who, if you are a fan of drag radio racing, know him from driving Scott Tidwell's Pro 275 car, the owner of ProMax. They just released and came out with this cylinder head. They have it both in Cathedral and Squareport. So a really nice piece. And I am pumped to get it in and drive smooth around Stevie's shop while Ronnie's sitting there in pieces.
I have no hope of ever getting running done because I have no time to ever work on it.
I mean, it sucks to suck.
It's bad. It's sitting over there. It's at the old shop, which is bad, but I can't get any of my guys to bring all my crap over here. So every time I come over there, I bring a load of junk over here. I keep making excuses, but off season is coming. My off season isn't like most everybody's, but it is coming, and I will work on it.
To the lows, to the lows, to the lows.
To the lows.
I don't know that I really have a low. I mean, we got beat in the final. We went to the final, so that's a high. We got beat in the final. That could kind of be a high, but really my low is probably just I'm freaking tired. Like I went 7 straight hard days there, sorting out a bunch of combinations, got home, and it's a shit storm here getting ready for Snowbirds. I don't really have a low, though. I don't have anything that's like, oh, my God, my life's falling. Business is good at KTR. We're wide open, more than we can do, and I'm very blessed.
Courtney?
I'm supposed to stay biased here. I work in the media and the news outlet of drag racing, but I couldn't be honest with you if I didn't say my heart was not broken for Aaron Stanfield and the boys. We have come out. I have been truly, truly blessed to be a part of some really awesome moments in drag racing, big historic moments that when you're in them, they don't feel big. And I've tried to absorb them. When we come out on the high, you really absorb them there. And this was one of those ones that ended up, we're going to talk about it in a minute, ended up being awesome final round, winner take all stuff. But those boys on Aaron's car and Aaron and Jolie and everybody, that was a tough blow, but that's part of it. Like I told Jolie before, a big part of the coolness of this championship chase is leading up to it, whether you win or lose. And I've been on the beaten end and the good end of it before, but it was different with Aaron than Erica this time. And it was sad. And those boys worked their butts off as do the KB guys. But my low was definitely the semifinal round.
Yeah, I do have to give credit where credit's due, though. I knew there was a chance, but I did not see Greg Anderson winning the championship when Pomona got
in
there.
Dallas.
Right.
When he beat Dallas, Glenn, I'm going to get shit for saying this. I don't care. Team elite all the way. When he beat Dallas, second round of Dallas, when Dallas had a substantial lead, I said, oh, they ain't playing over there.
Did you get the feeling when they unloaded that thing? And I know we're going to get – I don't want to get too far ahead. And you saw that thing going on the racetrack the first run. Did you get the feeling that they had something in the pocket?
I did. We've been behind. Chase, everybody's been doing a fantastic job. But to say that our program has not been rocked and behind since Dallas-ish would definitely be. Aaron's won the races that we've had with his clutch foot. We're in it, but we're not ahead where we've been. And so we did definitely think that, but we knew we were conservative Q1 just because we didn't get that first day of qualifying. So getting everybody in that we needed to get in. I didn't think that they had as much as they did until about first round that day.
Yeah.
That's when I thought, oh no.
Hot rod.
Dude, when it all shit aside, when it's time to turn it on, just like when it's our year we do, they turned it on and they
do, but I've never seen anybody turn it on like Greg did. Like when it was time to climb up there and do what he had to do. I mean, the dude's just fucking unbelievable.
He is, and that's why
he's one of the best.
Is the man. I mean, he's won over 100 and some odd races, 6 championships. Now him and Erica are back even, which at the moment I was kind of upset. Now I think it's cool again because they feed off of each other so great. And I did want one of the young bucks to win. I won't lie. Greg, love you. I talked to him at the banquet, but if it wasn't going to be Erica, I wanted it to be Aaron or Dallas. I really did. And I think it's cool that Greg won it. He's a freaking legend. But man, what a cool deal, because the last 8 championships have been like Erica, Greg. So maybe next year, boys. But it's still the old man game.
Well,
so that's my low. Bless Aaron Stanfield. He fucking had a great season, drove his ass off, made history at the U.S. Nationals. All was well, but
Courtney, make sure you look at Lee Treen's comment and hit on that later.
I'm gonna find it. I'm not looking.
It was like, well, mine is the second should be the second one up. But hit on that later.
Yes.
So my low. So before you show my low, something else that happened.
I don't know if I've been there.
But yeah, you do. Or Katie should have. It's a video.
Make sure Lyle's low is in there.
Something that happened between this show and the last is ran the 2.4 hours of Les Mullets. Stevie was. Stevie and I were supposed to do it together. Stevie had prior obligations, could not be there, so Brett LaSala subbed in. We had a pretty decent car, and it's no shot to Stevie or Brett, but for the second time, I got in a car that was pretty heavily damaged at the break. When I was watching Brett drive, it looked like the car was okay, and I walk out onto the track with my stuff, and I said, well, how is it? And he was like, it's a bag of shit. I'm like, great. He's like, yeah, when I hit that. And early in the race, Brett booted one of those big tractor tires like out into the racetrack and bent a tie rod. And I don't know, I'm not a round track racer, but I now know how important it is that a tie rod is very true in a round track car. And mine was not.
Or any car.
Yeah, well, in a round track car, pretty important when you're going to turn that thing, right? But anyway, first couple laps, steering wheel has a hard spot in it, and you could kind of break through it. Well, then when the steering wheel would break away, eventually it would turn into the car just not turning at all, and that led into
that's not good.
My low here.
Pretty good draft right there. Whoa.
And that was the end of our running of the 2.4 hours.
So much.
I understand that you just explained all of that. Gosh, damn, Ricky Bobby, you look like a special kid out there.
Oh, and I felt like one. You know? Yeah, like so they run when Stevie and I ran it the first time, which was 2 years ago. Flying into Bradenton, we were running the round track.
Yeah.
Practice rolls around, and they decide to run what they call the kidney bean. So when you come out of turn 2, you turn into the infield, run a little left to right, a little bit of a straightaway, back right to left into turn 3 and back into the straightaway. And when I went into turn 1 on that lap, I was turning the wheel, the steering wheel broke away, and it drove straight. No, let me back up. The lap before, when I went into the kidney bean, I was turning left, steering wheel broke away. I ran straight into the tractor tires. I had to back up, took back off again. Next lap, going into turn 1. Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I coughed. God bless me.
I'm turning, steering wheel breaks away, gather it back up, get in the kidney bean, turn her back right, steering wheel breaks away. I am headed dead straight. Nothing there, just bam, right in the K-rail. It folds the left front tire just 90 degrees, destroys the front. That thing had a brand new front end underneath it, is what they told me. That car, the very car we were driving, is the one that won Indy when Zach passed Tony Stewart on the last lap. So I'm like,
we got a good car here.
They put the wrong motherfucker in that thing. That motherfucker.
Can we see that collision one more time? Can you roll that?
Just
roll that beautiful bean footage.
Just for posterity, let's just sit.
Pretty good draft right there. Whoa.
I like it so much.
Hey, drag racers, we go straight.
Straight into the wall.
The bad thing is they really dogged us out coming in. I couldn't be there. I had to go to a funeral, but I really was pulling for you guys for team drag racing to pull that deal out.
You didn't.
And Dan Parker, I'm going to have to say, next year you're probably a better fit. Blind dude in the seat, better than Lyle Barnett, who sees perfectly. So
I want to do it.
I think you're in. But I do want to say, yeah, well, whatever.
I love you guys so much.
So I do want to say that Cletus McFarland, Garrett, the entire Cleater crew, the Freedom Factory crew, Freedom Plus, the whole 9 yards, they put on a hell of a show. I don't know how much Garrett and that crew spent on pyrotechnics, but it was a lot. And I mean a lot. There were fireworks shit everywhere, timed. I mean, it was unbelievable what those guys do down there. It ran super smooth. They ran a minivan race in between or right before our race, and they had a jump on the backstretch. And some of those guys were not there to win the race. They were there to jump minivans. And it was one of the most awesome things I've ever seen. They were jumping those things 5-6 feet in the air, 40 or 50 feet, 60 miles an hour. Like, it was a pretty good show.
Cool.
They did the Golden Knights jumped and parachuted in at night in the dark, and were hitting these targets out there. They had monster trucks that jumped from outside of the track into the racetrack through fireworks. Those guys do a really good job. And if you have the opportunity to go to see one of Cletus's shows, it is 100% worth it. The burnout competition was unbelievable. Some Australians shipped, like, the burnout competition deal is a big thing in Australia. Like, that's kind of where the competition started. And there was a group of guys that shipped cars from Australia to the States just to be there, and they swept the pro class. First, second, and third were all Australians, and those motherfuckers know what they're doing.
They can do the burnouts?
Crazy.
Oh,
my God.
They don't care.
Newsflash, if you plan on building a burnout car, if it doesn't have a blower, leave it at home.
All right. You're just wasting.
You are pissing in the wind if you don't have a blower. And those guys like reroute the exhaust to blow the smoke out of the wheel wells. Like, it's, I mean, those dudes are serious about it. But kudos to Cletus and that whole crew down there, especially the guys running around with like tool bags on their backs, working on Crown Vics, like, that are wrecked and shit. I mean, it's unbelievable. Those guys do a great job.
If they could do that after the World Finals next year, that would be wonderful. I know no one cares about my schedule or life, but I feel like we could get some more drag racing.
We could just like completely rearrange this whole event around what you need to do.
I got friends in high places. I'll bring them.
But yeah, just so cool. I hope that I mean, I don't know why they would continue to invite us back, because they know what we're going to do. And moving forward, they're probably just going to put us in like the worst car that they have, knowing that we're going to fuck it up. But it was.
They're going to put you in the child's league.
A lot of other people messed up too, Lyle.
Right? There are only 5 cars of 20 finished.
Right.
You said you were.
You did okay. You're special.
You did the okayest of okay.
What kind of pizza are you eating?
Quest protein pizza. I'm on the
I
board.
feel like I'm eating it too. That's all I hear.
I want to give a huge shout out. There's many different companies that are having Black Friday sales this week. KTR is having Black Friday sale. But I want to give a shout out to our man, Doug Cook. Motion's having a Black Friday sales going on now. They got a 15% off throttle bodies, 15% off Rife, 10% off TBM, and 20% off of all of their apparel, everything on the deal. So if you have not, I got to get me one of those hoodies right there. If you haven't been to motionraceworks.com.
Katie, I've got a
I think we got some crap for sale too.
Coming in hot.
Oh, you got to send it in? Oh, I don't know what this is.
I want to tell y'all. Oh, sorry. I didn't see that.
That's not, I think we dropped that already, but it is an awesome t-shirt. It's available on Black Friday sale too.
I want to say that I just put on my story, on my Instagram story, the potential breaking news tonight, and I have a thing up here for people to like collaborate and see if
this is going to be some pretty hot news.
I had to get approval.
Real quick. Somebody in the chat said, Ryan Hale said, not very ladylike CE. Disclaimer, newsflash. Courtney Enders has the largest male genitalia, metaphorically,
on the screen
of anyone you've ever seen. So, ladylike.
We were watching football the other night, and I got mad at Chris Collinsworth. Maybe I shouldn't tell the story, but I'm gonna. And Spencer goes, out of nowhere, my girlfriend's a dude.
Well,
you're a pretty dude.
Can you put up my MacFab Black Friday? Oh yes, I did. Oh, that's a good story. I need to tell that. But
I gotta find your MacFab Black Friday. Is it a video or a? Oh, I got it.
We are having a MacFab Black Friday sale right now. 10% off beadlock conversions, 5% off new wheels. If you want to take advantage of that, it's through Sunday. I have built more new wheels this week than I have in the past couple months. I had 2 sets ordered yesterday, both shipped today. So if you need new wheels, I don't care what dimension, what backspace, whatever you need, call me. I've got stuff in stock. And if you need wheels before the Snowbirds and you call me tomorrow, I guarantee you they'll be there.
That's what I'm talking about. That's service with a smile right there. In our industry, there's a bunch of people that make parts. Make sure you're buying parts from the right folks, from the good guys.
And listen, I had a guy today and he called and I'll tell him the price. A brand new set of wheels, right? Like 4 to 6 weeks from the manufacturer. I've got them ready to ship today. I told him the price with the Black Friday discount. He said, "Is that the best you can do?" And I'm like, man, listen,
You just can't
first
help.
of all, we're little bitty small business in rural North Carolina, and we're just trying to make it. No, I can't do any better than 10% off. I'm already cutting into what little bit we make anyway. Just, I mean, it's still $600, $300 a wheel cheaper than you can go buy it from the manufacturer. So if you think I'm giving you the shaft, go pay the $600 more for the set and let me keep my shit. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
I love where America is turning.
I'm just trying to make a dollar here. But that comment that came across earlier, the Bald Regal was resurrected. So I showed up to Bradenton. I called Doug Cook. I said, "Hey, man, I'd like to do the burnout competition. Is the Regal available?" He said, "Yes, but it has been in the field behind Cletus's shop for 3 hurricanes."
That's how we tell time here.
Outside, windows down.
It's got flappers on the exhaust now.
They don't cover the exhaust very well.
Backseat, windows.
No hood and no breather, no tube on the throttle body.
Oh.
And on that thing, the throttle body comes out and it's got this little cup that kicks it up, just like.
But it is an Icon throttle body, so
like rain in me.
It can.
So I get there and me and Brett walk over to it. And we open the throttle body and the water like is pooling in the blower. So we take the cap off the blower. I get a shop vac. We shop vac all the water out of the blower. I take the spark plugs out, blow all of the water out of the cylinders, put brand new spark plugs in, blower hat back on, fresh fill in the tank. She busts right off. So
I think it must have a KTR motor in it or something.
Probably does. I changed oil, put a squirt of rear end fluid in it, and we took her to the burnout pad. And we did a pretty good burnout. It just didn't blow the tires. And if you've never seen a burnout competition, if you don't blow the tires, you don't win. So there again, fuck that up too. Go ahead, Courtney. What you got? If I could say something.
There was a lot of "that's what she said" in that sentence.
Ah, fuck you.
Uncle P, happy Thanksgiving.
Hanker Panker's in the audience. What up, Hanky Panky? Team us.
Team us.
Yeah, no, there was just a lot of "that's what she said" in there. I'm feisty tonight because I went on a run right before the show, so I'm like,
if I went on a run right before this show, I'd be like my dog right here, just laid out.
If you just come to work with me, it's like being on a run all the time.
well, I hear you, same, but I'm as fat as I've ever been. I got to do something about it. So I picked Thanksgiving week to start.
That's good.
Pizza in a row.
All right, let's start while we're waiting on the champ. Let's talk about Pomona. All right, so we leave Vegas. We have the last show that we did. We all picking Pomona. We got serious championship implications in several other classes. The rain sucked on Friday, obviously, right? But the show was pretty good. I think sometimes shortening qualifying and making everybody do it right now is more exciting for the fans.
Dude, it was wild because like 1.5 points matter. Every run down the track matters. No? Okay, cool.
It does.
Okay.
I thought you were going to expand.
Well, no, I was giving you an emphasis of what you were saying because of the lack of qualifying on Friday. Everybody's game plan completely changed for Saturday. Like you couldn't go after it like you wanted to. Weather was not as cool as normal, but it was intense. And if y'all have never been to a World Finals, you can cut the air with your friggin' teeth.
Do you think like before that they were like, man, I might want to win, and then after that they were like, nah,
No,
man,
it's not about winning.
I
It's
should
about,
probably win. You know,
it's
like
not about winning.
winning's pretty important here. Yesterday I was kind of on the fence, but you know what? Today the rain came. I think I'm gonna win. You know what? I think I'm gonna win today.
You done here, Ricky?
Fuck.
So what I meant was there's points and a half for every single qualifying run, then where you finish for qualifying. So were some of our guys and gals maybe going to try and qualify to help Aaron and knock some people out? Maybe, but when you only have 2 qualifiers, you can't fuck around. Like strategy changed. It wasn't about winning or losing, but strategy absolutely changes when you go from 4 to 2. 1,000%.
Anytime you have a aircraft crash in the pits at a drag race during eliminations, that's an unusual event.
That has to be the first time.
I did have somebody
Not
say
the first plane crash at Pomona, but it's the first time that I think it's ever happened.
That's what I mean. Like plane crash at a racetrack during an event.
right
During
as
the
it started, like we are rolling. It's championship Sunday. You got Antron and Justin up first round. Like they were the first pair after this crash. Like if you can't tell me that things don't change because of that, you're crazy.
Maybe they wanted a front row seat.
I got more calls and texts from folks asking if I was in California than what I wish I did. I'm like, no,
I
I'm
had
not.
a guy with a shake and bake shirt on ask me if it was the Honky Rocket.
No, the Honky Rocket would not be transporting anyone to the hospital, and B, there would have been a bigger fireball and it would have been worse.
It was crazy though, because like it crashed into the sportsman pit. So it was right after the flyover. So first the rumor was that it was the flyover guys. And I'm like, shit, NHRA is never going to do anything cool again. We're never going to have flyover guys again. But it was just somebody coming in, and not 10 minutes after that plane crashed, flights were still coming in all day. It was insane. But the safety safari, people can say and do what they want about them. Those guys absolutely switched modes and got that cleaned up, because we thought we were going to be delayed for hours. If somebody had perished, we were done for the day. We were going to have to switch up the banquet, like all the things. Obviously, the people at the crash had a worse day, but like there was a lot riding on those couple of hours. The curfew is 6 o'clock. They finished 2 minutes before the curfew. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was a not only an action-packed show, but it was a unpredictable show. Like you just don't have stuff like that happen. I mean, when are you going to have another plane crash at the race? I'm glad everybody was okay. Could have been way worse.
It was pretty gnarly. It was pretty dim for a couple of hours there, but
Doug, I'll come back and get your question in a little bit when we get to it later.
Excuse me.
yeah, it was right in the heat of it. So everything started like Gary beat Steve-O, all this stuff happened. Then Antron and Justin were up next, and this was like championship shit. And then boom.
Plane crash. Well, speaking of Antron, I've been wanting to get Antron Brown on the show for a long time. Antron has been a hero of mine since he was racing motorcycles. One of the first folks that ever talked to me like I was a real person that was a superstar in motorsports at the time when I was a kid, just starting to watch when I wanted to become a professional driver. So when I found out we were going to have the champ on tonight, I'll be honest with you, I was pretty fired up. So with no further ado, let's bring on your 2024 Top Fuel World Champion, my hero, Antron Brown.
There he is.
Wait.
What's my fam doing?
What's up, baby? How about some of that Matco Tools horsepower?
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. We put them tools to work. That's what we do.
I seen y'all working them on Sunday.
Brother, we was doing some work. We tore some stuff up on Sunday, too, a couple times.
You got to scramble some eggs to make an omelet.
That's
How
right.
long have we been talking about getting you on the Shake and Bake show? I am so freaking pumped.
Hey, we was loving it. I was loving it because I'm on the Shake and Bake show, and I brought the chicken, baby. I brought the chicken, baby. That's what we got here.
Baby.
Look at that. Put the spices in the bag. Give me a little shake and shake, boy, and I've been baked. And here I am. I am on the show with old Lyle, with old Stevie Fast. That's my homie.
I was gonna.
Muscle, baby.
Yeah. Hey, you got bigger muscles than I do, but I'm trying to get like you.
No.
And Courtney.
Yeah, what about you, girl? What about
Hey,
you?
I was coming to you, girl. I was coming to you. Like your name, like we call you Courtney, we're gonna call you She-Hulk. You the She-Hulk now. We got you.
That's nicer than what we call her.
Damn right it is.
And what we call her behind her back is way worse than what we call her in person.
I was going to text Antron today and kind of set him up for the last question of the night today, but I'm like, you know what? I won't do it. I won't do it. I want a true and honest answer. Antron, it's a pretty pivotal moment in our friendship, but we'll say that.
Time yet.
Pretty pivotal.
All right, AB. So before we talk about Pomona, I want to go back in time about 20 years.
Okay.
All right. So I've told this story before. I don't know if me and you have talked about it lately, but I was a Matco tool distributor. That's how, when I first left a car dealership and decided I wanted to race cars, I decided I wanted to make some money. And the best way I knew how to make money was to get a Matco tools truck. So I went from making $40,000 a year to hopping right in a tool truck. I made $150,000 my first year. I'm like, all right, I'm going racing. I got some money. Company's behind me, great company to do business with.
Yeah.
So I met you. I knew you through Phil Schuler, but I met you for the first time at the trade show, at Tool Expo, right?
Yep.
So I walk in and Antron's display car is sitting there. All right. Now, at the time, I don't know that it's a display car. I'm very naive. I've been racing my whole life, but never, it was always grudge racing. It was always match racing. It was never anything professional. So I get there and there's a Top Fuel car sitting in the middle of the Tool Expo. Yeah. I got people trying to sell me ratchets and stuff, and I don't care about none of that. I want to look at this Top Fuel car. This thing has got big tires. There's a supercharger on it. And I'm standing around and Antron walks by. And I'm like, that's Antron Brown. I was like, hey, well, I had already asked the people that were at the show if I could sit in the car. And they're like, no, you can't sit in the car. There's a sign that says don't touch the car. I was like, please let me sit in the car. You walked by at exactly that time and you said, you want to sit in that car? The guy told you that you couldn't let me sit in that car. You told him it's your car. You can let anybody sit in when you want to. You helped me in the car, got me in the display car, let me stomp the pedals a couple times, and I was hooked, buddy. I don't know if you remember that story, but that changed I don't want to say it changed my path, but it definitely changed my trajectory. I was like, I'm going to get me one of these.
Hey, well, look, we're still going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to make that happen because I think I know somebody has a Top Fuel car that you can actually test. I think I know somebody.
I can be there in 2 hours. I don't know where it's at, but I can be there. Y'all can finish the show.
Look, make it 3.5 and pick me up first. There's airport close by.
See, all we have to do is find out when we have a race and you guys are out there, and then we say after to Monday, and we let you crack that thing.
We can stay over till February. I don't care. I want to rip that thing down through there, baby.
Hey, you know what? And we could put all the cameras on it because it'll be so cool. Because the thing about it is, you already know what it sort of feels like because you're driving slow miles when they get it. But this is the difference. When you get to about 150 feet, that's where the run starts.
It's the business.
Ain't nothing. Like it goes, oh, you're like, oh, I do this every day. And then that sucker goes like this again. And you're like, oh, snap.
You're like, what's happening?
He's like, what's going on? And he's like, it's not done. It's just getting started. That's just the first phase. It's got 3 phases of it. And then when it gets to half track, that sucker will snap up like that. And your head will snap back. And that thing will come up like this. And you start seeing it. It just starts floating. Just
doing the sashay.
Woo. That little float. You just
get my
nobody describes things like Antron Brown.
Oh, Lord.
Just he and Phil Schuler have a standing bet for life. When I started driving Phil Schuler's car in 1940 or whenever it was, I told him, I said, I'm going to drive a fuel car one day. Somebody's going to either pay me to do it or I'm going to make enough money to do it or I'm going to steal one. Phil told me I will not have my foot on the gas pedal when it goes by the tree. Said, not first run. Said, cannot do it, will not do it. He said, you will be off the gas when you go by the tree. I told him I'm going to run it till one of y'all cut it off with that switch. So we got a standing bet. Stand at $100 if I can stand on the gas.
Well, hey, we about to win that $100. That's what
I'm going to get that 100.
We go get that
100. As of right now, and somebody said it in the comments here, Mark, I'm the only one besides Antron to sit in a running Top Fuel car.
Not true. I warmed up the Greek's car in the Gator Nationals in 2017 before you were born.
That was before the internet was here, so it don't exist.
I got a video of it. Robbie Lowry's got it. I'll have him send it to him.
We can do that. We can make that happen too.
So at the pro race, Antron, I may have to come over and warm up your car.
We could do that. We can
warm it up. I want to stand on that pedal. I want to
warm it up.
All right, so back to Stevie's fantasy land about driving Top Fuel. All right, so you have had a tremendous career. There's not a lot of folks that have earned it the way that you've earned it, that have fought for it, that have proven it on and off the racetrack. You're one of the best ambassadors for our sport that we got. When did you decide that you were going to do this? Like not AB Motorsports, not on your Top Fuel team. When you decided you was going to race for a living?
Well, Steve, to answer this question, this is going to crack people up. So when I was literally 10 years old, I made that decision. Like you got to remember, my family were bracket racers before I was born. My dad and uncle still bracket race. They had a Vega back in the mid 70s that had an engine that was built by Danny Jessel in Danny Jessel's garage.
Come on, man.
This is before he had Jessel valve train. I'm a Jersey kid. Tom Martino was a little kid working in the shop. You get what I mean? And cool. Danny built my dad's steelhead Chevy engine, a 355, steelhead Chevy small block engine, and that car went 968 at 144 mile an hour back in 1974.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's flying back in the day.
Brother, it was Bob Jenkins did the chassis. It was the first version of a 4-link that was ever seen. And used to cover it up. It won car shows. This car won everything. It was in the centerfold of Super Chevy magazine. And I grew up around that. And I never forget. This is funny because you know how you judge people when they go to racetracks back in the day, right?
Yep.
You see somebody driving a race car to the racetrack, you know they barely make it. They got every last ounce of penny in their car. You see somebody in an open bed trailer, you looked at them and say, oh, all right, they done saved up. Got the new Chevy pickup truck pulling it to the track. You're like, all right, they got a little something. They saved up their pennies. They didn't migrate it up. Like, they didn't leveled up. Then when you saw somebody come there with a wrecker, with a tow back, you know they owned a body shop or they owned a garage and they was making money and they worked on their own junk, right? And then you had all the other guys, the Spanish boys in the corner with the rotary engines, like making a noise, and their stuff was the cleanest cars in the pits, man.
All the time.
Right. You know what I mean? Then when you saw somebody with an enclosed trailer,
I remember.
Big money, and they had the little red parts washer sink up in the corner. You were like, this people has got some money.
I remember.
And so this is my story that was so funny to me. So my dad, when I was 10 years old, took me to Englishtown, the Summer Nationals. And I rolled up in that track as a kid, and he took me there in 1986. I was 10 years old. My dad took me there and goes, I'm looking at all these big rigs, like the flat front rigs. They even have noses on them, right? That's how old these trucks are. So I'm looking at I'm like, Dad, I said, what the hell do these people do? They got semi-trucks with stickers on them. What the hell is this? I'm like, what kind of money these people make? Like, what do they do for a living? I know we had a septic tank business. We was number one and number two business was our motto. If you dump, we pump. That's what we did.
Right. There you go, baby.
So I'm looking at him, and my dad looked at me. I never forget this. It was so funny. He goes, son, they get paid to do this. There are professionals. I looked at him like, that's what I want to do.
Sign me up.
I'm all in. I said, that's what I'm going to do. My dad looked at me, put his hand around me. He patted me on my back and goes, son.
Okay.
He goes, I need you to step into reality. That is everybody's dream. He goes, you know what you need to do? You need to focus on wearing your rubber gloves, pinching your nose up, and going pumping other people's stuff and make your money. And then you can go racing with that money.
Right.
And as they say, look at me now.
Everybody that's ever made it has had somebody tell them that they was crazy.
Yes.
You know how many times my family has told me to get a real job my life? My whole life. I threw one of my, I can't even say which one. I threw one of them out of my house on Thanksgiving Day at the dinner table because he said, when are you going to get a real job? And this is not a long time ago. I'm like, hey, I hope I don't never get a real job. As long as I get to race, I don't never want one.
You told him right, though, because this at the end of the day, what people don't realize is we are fortunate to do what we love, but it is a lot of work to not just get there, but to stay there.
Yes, sir. Preach.
And
People don't realize it. Like, if I worked as hard as I did right now, like doing something in business,
I know it.
I would be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
I would be a multi-millionaire because the time I put in, I do not.
When is the last time you worked a 40-hour work week?
I can't even tell you.
Me too. That's what I was talking about this today. I was like, somebody was complaining about they had to work 45 hours. I'm done that on Tuesday. I got 45 hours in on Tuesday.
Brother, I have came back from Pomona and haven't stopped since. And I was even in the shop working Saturday and Sunday and not coming home till 9, 10 o'clock at night. Then I'm getting up. I literally flew out this morning at 4 a.m. this morning to fly in to get fitted for my Pro Mod car so I could race this Pro Mod deal. And then
put Clay Millikins. There we go.
Come on now.
There we go. I think the fajitas you ate yesterday, Clay, got your spelling messed up. Let me help you out. Just turned in, no clue what's been said, but I'm here to tell y'all AB gonna wear y'all out in the Pro Mod. Listen. I told him on West Buck Show last week. When we roll in the gates at Bradenton next week, Antron Brown's got action if he wants it.
We're going to wait till the end of this segment when we have a surprise.
Towards the end of this segment, we're going to get to the Pro Mod segment.
I couldn't let it pass. The Screaming Eagle back here was talking to me. I had to.
Right now, we're talking about hopes and dreams, making it, working harder than everybody else, and winning world championship.
I got the Screaming Eagle too. I got one of those too. I got a Snowbirds one.
He does have.
Just put your readers on, old man. Back up from that screen a little bit. Jesus Christ! You better wear them readers.
I had to look. I was looking at your screen and I was picking down, so my head went out of view, but I was checking it out.
Okay. We're talking about stinky yellow fuel, long, skinny cars, and 12,000 horsepower.
I do want to say, before we go further, Antron, you just said it. This week for you has been insane. And I contemplated texting you about coming on the show because we talked about it in person. But if y'all don't understand what a week is like after you win the NHRA World Championship, this man has been doing everything everybody asks. And that's why we call him a man of the people, because this is extra. He should be at home with his kids doing whatever. And here he is on the Shake and Bake show. But your week has been, I'm sure, absolutely out of control. And then balancing all this Snowbird shit. Like, I just felt like we needed to say, appreciate you coming on the show.
Absolutely.
No. Oh, I wouldn't miss it.
I was so scared to get in.
I am a fan of the show. You know what I mean? Yeah. I am a fan because I love the charisma. I love the real talk. People can't say it real, and all three of you say it real. And sometimes it's something that people don't want to hear.
Oh, for sure. A lot of enemies. Anytime you tell the truth, folks is going to be mad at you.
Hey, and the thing about it is, you say it loud and proud, and it's not behind a keyboard. Right. It's not on a comment. It's like, speak up. Let's talk. Let's be real. And anybody that's a real true racer appreciates everything and you respect everything. But at the end of the day, we all race, man. And I'm going to tell you what I really miss in NHRA drag racing. I'm going to tell you.
Tell me.
There are people out there that have fun and they will talk junk, but I never have anybody talk junk with me. And I want to bring out like my old, like I want it. And think
Come on with it next week.
Give me and Lyle a car, and we will talk trash to everybody.
That's what we need, bro. That's what I'm telling you. Like
next week, if you see me from the distance and I'm walking in your direction, just pull your phone out of your pocket and turn the video on.
Please do.
Because I'm about to give you a little piece of the gospel. I'm gonna preach for a minute.
All right.
We'll go. We can pray about it. Whatever you want to do. And then when we roll around that corner and we're looking down to drag at Braden, just know I'm about to go to your ass.
Oh.
Hey, Lyle, just remember this. When the helmet goes on, brother,
ain't no friends.
Lyle, ain't no smiling, brother. Everybody mistaking the smile and the happiness I have everywhere else.
Put that helmet on, that's an assassin right there, Lyle.
Brother, you ever watch the movie Gladiator?
Yes.
Brother, Russell Crowe ain't got shit on me.
Antron may need to be a fixture on this show. This is
Here's what I told Phil, is what I tell you. To give my word. When I finally make it, because I am gonna make it, and I get to top fuel. If my car runs worth of shit, everybody's going to know about it.
Hey,
I want to go to war over there. It's
I'm gonna
missing it, man. It's missing it. Need some
Hey.
thick skin folks that'll tell the truth.
I'm gonna let you know we have a spot. We have a spot. All you gotta do is show up. All this is like anything else. All we gotta do is get the funding. And
Yep.
all I want to let you know is on my team, we spare no expense. We buy everything that we think is the best, and we're
Yep.
always looking to evolve and improve and to be better.
That's it. That's how you end up with a world championship.
Yeah.
You give your folks the right stuff. You get people that love what you do. I'm sure, I don't know all the folks on your team, but I watch y'all work. I would imagine that everybody on your team would do what they do for nothing.
Yes.
My guys would work for nothing. They love it. They really love it. And when you surround yourself with people that want to win much as you do, championships happen.
Absolutely. And when you get people that like literally that have the right attitude, like you're talking about, because you can't teach people want to.
Right.
You have to have
That's
that.
my mama's favorite saying, boy, you can't teach want to.
No, you got to have want to, you got to have attitude. And what happens is it takes care of everything else, because what they don't know, they will know. And what I mean by that is when you show up, as long as you're willing to work, the car and the track's going to tell you what's not right.
Right.
The scoreboard ain't going to light up right. And if you keep on trying, you will eventually get there. And I tell all of our people, it's like, we're not done because we got the race. I wish NHRA and all these other sports will change the dynamic of racing. And I said this for years. I said, how do we win a race with a combined package? But why don't we qualify with a combined package?
Preach it.
You get what I mean? And then why?
So you're not one of them drivers that says you'll try when it's E1.
No,
when you go up there, you'll just try later on Sunday.
Oh no. I hit the tree, I lined up, I blinked the bulb, I do the same thing every time.
I see a common theme coming on here. Because me and Lyle drive like that too.
Hey, Stevie,
Yes.
put up before we lose it, Jimmy Howe's comment real quick. Jimmy, your daddy's got my number. I will be in Pro 275, and if you want some of this smoke, get my number from your daddy.
Like the race locked in on the
We
show.
lock that motherfucker in tonight. Tonight.
This is gonna get. I can tell where this
Well,
show.
Move on.
And trust me, Manny's got Fred 2.0 too.
Bring
He's
that
got 2
motherfucker
Freds now.
too.
We can get some of that. Hey, look, Manny's got Fred. You know what Steve, you're gonna like this. You know what I named my car?
What?
Jerome.
Oh,
Jerome.
it's gonna be so good. I cannot wait.
Antron, gosh damn it! I want to bring it back real quick before we get too far into
I think
Snowbirds.
you're about to get spun out of control in the Snowbirds. So you better go back, Courtney, and
I
handle
want to
it.
bring it back to Pomona real quick because Antron, I doubt you remember this because much like Stevie said, you were a hero of mine before you were a friend of mine. You're a very good friend of mine, but you were a hero on 2 wheels. You were a hero on 4 wheels. But you and I, you might not remember this, shared a moment when you won your first race as a team owner.
Mm-hmm.
We rode back on the scooter together.
Yes.
I don't know how the hell I ended up on your freaking scooter. I don't know what happened. There is no telling how I ended up on the back of your scooter, but I ended up on the back of your scooter. And I had said something to you about that, about like, is it different? Like you just seemed different about this win because as a driver, you go do the thing. You'd won everything that you can possibly win 1,000,000 times over. But this one just felt different. It felt like you got taller. It felt like you got bigger, stronger. And it changed you mentally, I think. Do you remember what moment I'm talking about?
Yeah, I absolutely do remember when we were talking about.
Now that we've done this as a world champion, as a team owner, explain to the shake and bakers and us, because we're all just racers here. We talked about coming on a flatbed all the way through to an enclosed trailer. You have done all of it as every different particle of a team. What was different about it? Did it feel different? Like, was there a different sense of pride? Give us a little bit of what went on in the mental state of Antron Brown when AB Motorsports won this. Not Antron Brown, AB Motorsports.
I think the biggest thing for me that it broke down because you had all these feelings coming out inside is that I took something that I thought was a dream and brought it to reality, because along the way, I never stopped. Every time I got to one step level in my life, I moved to another step and got uncomfortable. Even moving from bikes to Top Fuel. I don't think I did a transition that was buck wild that I didn't even realize. They put me in the hot seat. I got literally 16 laps in a Top Fuel car at a 3-day test session before I went to Pomona, California.
Stupid.
Never, like, you know what I mean? I didn't get the deal where, oh, you get to drive, then you get to like let it like sink and marinate. And you're like, oh, I got it now. Let me go over here and do this. And I get a little bit more. We go here. I literally went to Frank Holly School, 6 runs at Frank Holly's, and got my alcohol dragster license, like flop and sweep, doing the clutch pedal, everything, and shifting, doing the whole 9 yards. I took 6 runs at normal school, didn't go twice, got my alcohol license, bam, 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 did everything spot on. I rode a bike and did all that stuff, so the shifting deal was easy, and it's just driving the clutch. I drove trucks. I drove semi-trucks and stuff before I was supposed to, so that was no problem. So then I went over, and I got in this Top Fuel car, and I had to get used to the rated speed. I knew how to stage, knew the starting line games. I've raced an AMA Pro Star, okay? I rode up with people that raced in the streets. Right. Like, people look at you sideways, and they know you're about to stage, and they'll put it at the same time. You have to look over at your bum trees already coming down. All the games that they do, like all the different stuff. Ricky Gatson's, the Keith Shines, and Keith Dennis's, all them boys. So then when I finally said I'm going to do this and to come out, our first race, I remember like yesterday in 2008, and we qualified a car on pole, and the 4th race in, we won. And it was just like, I was there. And the thing about it was, all I did was I got an opportunity. Every opportunity I got, I made sure that I was coming out, and I was going to give it all I had to shine. And you get one shot in life. You get one shot. Everybody's get a shot to get opportunity. But are you prepared to grasp and jump on it and make the most of it, where people go, damn, where have you been at? And that's the deal. It was the learning was every lap I went down the track throughout that whole year. And then when I got to do my own team, where I told people this 8 years before it ever happened. And every year I made a step to get the pieces in play, get my sponsorships where they're underneath my umbrella. One at a time that were mine were assigned to me, and I wrote the check to DSR. Right. And then the last piece was my big sponsorship, and it rolled to me. Then at the same time, put all my ducks in a row, putting the money down to order trailers and getting the trucks, doing this. Like, it was very strategic, but I was out in the open. Like I always tell people, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. If you shy and timid, it ain't happening.
Nope. You
got to let people know what you want to do, and you got to keep going for it. And I had a lot of people say, you ain't going to do it. Because for one, you ain't got no money. You ain't got no capital. No, I'm not a millionaire. No, I don't have hundreds of grand sitting in the bank. But what I do is I have my want to and my know-how, and people believed in me through all the sponsorships, and I parlayed that down the path and say, this is what I want to do. And when they believe in you and give you the chance, they gave it to me. And when we won that first race, all those emotions from day one came out. The tears came out. The heart went big. And the thing about it is like, I remember all that stuff. And the people that even said that I couldn't do it, like the great Don Schumacher, he told me after I do it, even though he was the ones that were pushing me down going, you can't do it. You ain't got the capital. And then he told me after I did it, his exact words was, I always knew you can do it, but if you can survive my criticism and my comments, you never would make it happen.
That's why he was the way he was.
That's right. And when you speak about being uncomfortable, that's what I take from that, because we're growing KTR right now. It's the same thing. I was already in the water with the sharks. Now we done dove off into the ocean, right? When you speak about being uncomfortable, was there any time where you thought, I might not make it? I mean, I know that there is. And if you say there ain't, you're story. How do you keep going when you are on your last thread from not making it? I mean, I know it's tough. And when you're doing what you're doing, you're talking about, you're racing against people who have unlimited funding. You're racing against people who do it for fun. You don't race for fun. I don't race for fun, right?
No.
So how do you, if you give somebody advice about how do you exist in being uncomfortable and keep moving forward?
Well, I can tell people this for sure is when you get uncomfortable, you're learning to grow, but you have to be willing to know that you're going to get some lumps. And when you get them lumps, they're breaking down, but you got to really look at that as your challenge to grow. You know what I mean? If you don't get uncomfortable, there's no growth, plain and simple. If you don't spread you out, like you're jumping in that ocean right now, right, Stevie? So you jump in an ocean, the ocean's big, it's scary, but yet it's a lot of opportunity at the same time.
My mom always says the tree never likes being pruned, but the flowers sure are pretty afterwards.
Yes, it is. Hey,
I can tell you, Antron, that when you said all of those emotions I came to, again, I don't know why God placed me on that scooter with you, but I felt it. Like that was something that I've considered. All of y'all get to drive race cars, y'all get to win championships, y'all get to do cool things. I have a different view. My seat is a really cool view of a different mode of what y'all go through. And for some reason, I got a front row seat to that night. And I don't, again, know why I ended up on it, but I felt it from you. And it was so different. And I knew, not that I didn't know you were going to do great things. And this isn't a fluff segment, but I'm like, this is different. Like, this is a different level of Antron Brown that I've ever seen. You were quiet, you were confident, but you were grateful. And it was really, really special to just like be in your presence, which sounds kind of crazy. But again, I don't know why the hell I was there, but I was, and I will never freaking forget it. And that's the first thing I thought of when you won that championship last weekend was like, why was I a fly on the wall to that like crazy? You were just driving down the return road and I could hear you just thinking all of it. It was crazy.
You talk it, and this is something that I have done, and I've learned to do it because us as drag racers, I know all of us can attest to it. We race, and then we're already getting ready for the next race once that race is over. And you get ready, you get ready, you get ready. And then before you know it, you look back and the whole year is gone, and you're already preparing for the next year. We never stop. And then what I've learned as I got older was after I won a race, because now you're not even promised to win another race because how steep the competition is. Like when you win, like first rounds are like final rounds now. So when we win a race, I would literally now go to the racetrack after all the dust is settled, and I will walk down the track and remember the different increments of what I was thinking as I was going down in that 3.6 or 3.7 second run. I'm like, I remember I was here. I was hoping that it locked up and the tires didn't come loose. Then I got here. I was like, here's the transition. I hope I can stay to the left side of the groove and not the right side because that part likes to suck you into the center line, or like all the different things, like all the milk and cranes. I said, I remember here, I heard the blower, and the blower was winding, and then I heard the engine up, and it was getting through the clutch, and it wasn't coming to where it needs to come to at and lock up. And like you could just remember all these different aspects of what's going through my mind going down the racetrack. I was like, oh, don't do it. Don't drop the hole because we're not pulling the load. The engine's up high, so you have a chance of dropping the hole. So you're thinking all these different things, and then it's a way to actually be in that moment and say, everything's calm. Ain't no fans in the stands. Ain't no safety safari. Ain't no car coming down the racetrack. Everything's still for you to take that breath and to bring all that in and going, damn, that was a day. That like, and what happened in the pit, what the crew guys did, what the crew chiefs were going through, and I got radio, so I could hear all the last minute changes on the blower overdrive, or dropping the map down, or taking a half a degree out, or a full degree out, or putting it in, and putting tires up, dropping them down. Oh, let's put a little bit more in the barrel valve. Like all the little different things I hear, and yet it happens so fast. And to bring it all back to reality, and that's what when you see me on that scooter court, or you're around me, that's me. Sometimes I will daze out and just think about everything that transpired, and I just go like this, damn, it's like, and you look at that trophy, and that's what's instilled in that trophy is all those memories.
And that's absolutely great advice. When we first started racing when I was a kid, we could win a lot because I just outworked everybody. We didn't have any money. I just worked everybody into a coma, and just Billy Stockman used to say I would win. I would will myself to win. But you're right. You're so focused on the next race, you never really enjoy the wins. No. I look up on the wall. I got, I think, 14 Wallies from Pro Mod, and like it went by like that. You know, I haven't competed really professionally in Pro Mod for a year or two while I've been building KTR, but that's great advice. Enjoy the wins.
Yeah. But Lyle's got that $52,000 check and Screaming Eagle behind him.
Oh, look at that.
What I tell you earlier this week, just tell them to go ahead and engrave Lyle Barnett in the next one. Don't even
He
worry
did.
about it.
I sent a text to some drivers wanting to do some quote cards for Flo. And these two guys, I said, spicy. Lyle said, may as well engrave my name in the trophy. Stevie said something similar. Jeez.
Mine was spicier.
I got something for you, Lyle. I'm breeding some young crop for you, man. I'm breeding some young crop. You got that $52,000 trophy, that check.
I don't know about young crop.
My son's got a 75 grand trophy that sits behind me, man. He won 75 grand letting the button go too. And
he
said,
beat Sean Langdon to do it.
He said, yeah, he's working on getting some work with you too. I said, son, you ain't ready for Lyle yet, son. I said, that joke was a monster. But I said, and you know what he told me? He said, Dad's okay. I am the monster killer. This is what I do. I said, all right, son.
Let it drag.
You think I'm bad? Them young kids don't care.
They don't understand the consequence. That's the thing. Me and you got to pay for it.
Yes.
Then when it blows up, it's bad. And when you hit the wall, it hurts. They don't understand any of that.
No, they don't care. Like that cat went up there and he had freaking from a 12 thou pack to a 4 thou pack 6 rounds in a row. And he went 10 rounds to win the race. 10 rounds to win that race.
Who he was in diapers when they were winning $100,000 races. It's insane what he did.
But he loves what you guys do. He's a fan of what you guys do. He loves the pro mod atmosphere. So I'm gonna try to bring him down there with me so you can see some of you guys up close and personal.
It's gonna be a good one. So before we get to Snowbirds, when you clinched the championship last week, and you get to the final round, right? Championship's done, right? All the pressure's off. You're going to run the final round. How do you get up for that? I've done both of my NHRA World Championships. I won the race. At the race, I won a championship. I just told my guys after that, we're up there and they're on the radio. You know, this race don't really matter. And I'm like, bull crap. I want to crush them. Like once you secure the championship, it's almost because the pressure's all off. I don't want to say it's automatic. But you know what I'm talking about. Nobody's going to take that from you today. Like, I get that. It was cool to watch you win the whole deal.
Steve, I can tell you one thing. Let me tell you where I was mad at. I was mad the time of day that we ran the semifinals against Britain. Yep. I said they should have waited like 15 minutes because literally the sun was in my eye in the left lane. Like, you know, that Pomona comes over the grandstands. It was right here. And that lane was shaded. And this is the thing. I would have had all 40 lights or better if I didn't cut that 51 against her. And I had the sun in my eyes. I was like, I was mad. Like, we won the race and won the championship. I was mad because I cut a 51 light. I was hot.
That's serious.
Like, you know what I mean? I was hot. And it's like, AB, what's wrong? I said, man, if we could just let that sun go down a little bit. I said, I was looking and the sun was in my eye.
You would have missed curfew.
Huh?
We would have missed curfew.
Yeah, right. So I looked at it, I was like, all right. And then at the end, when we went to Doug Coletta, I was so mad from the semis, I took it out on the tree against Doug in the final. That's what happened.
You was going to average that 40. You just went the other way to make sure it averaged out.
That's what I did. I got that 38 in the final. I was 43, 40 flat, 51, and then 38. And man, and I was just like, man, I was hot. I was so mad. I was like, because I got that old vigor back into me because they got me mad. You know what I mean? When people talk some stuff behind the scenes that people don't know about. And I had my old boy, Carlo Catalinato, who used to race in the NMCA, the small tire Mustang stuff. Well, he's a bad boy on the tree too, letting the button go. Really, really good. And he came out to watch me for the finals and he was challenging me between every session on my practice tree. I was like, come sit down. It's fine. You can use the button while I use the foot pedal. What you want? Come on, sit down.
I love it when I get some folks that want to mess around on the practice tree. I'll tell them all, you're good at playing a video game, but I do it good in real life. When I get down, I will wear your ass out. Because I don't even have to worry about dying letting go of that thing. You ain't never going to die in the pit.
The gladiators, once they get up there and the engine rev don't do nothing. They get up there and go, pow. You can have a top fuel car, pow. I mean, you just do it.
Clay Milliken He said, "You hear that, Lyle? You're going to be in trouble." Listen, I can train my wife to be good on the practice tree. Okay, I bring my practice tree right down here. This is the truth.
Clay, I'm gonna build you a pro mod so we can get you a pro mod.
In 10 attempts, I can get Melissa Barnett within striking distance, right? But it is a different ball game when you buckle that cam lock and strap them belts down tight. So if you want some, Clay, listen, it ain't but a short hop, skip, and a jump from Tennessee. We can bring you right on down there and we can get you right in the mix, Clay.
I'm gonna build Clay a car and put Clay in pro mod.
Antron, I know Justin Ashley gets a lot of the credit for, I don't want to call it the change, but this new movement in the Top Fuel. Austin Prock, the same deal in Funny Car. You know, for years, I mean, I've watched NHRA drag racing for as long as I can remember, and our stories are very similar as far as how we started. My dad had a civil engineering firm that dealt with underground infrastructure, and you guys saying was we're number one in the number two business, and ours was your shit makes me money. That's right. You know, Justin gets a lot of the credit for the performance of the starting line, the standard, if you will, you know, and you're one of the ones who has picked it up. Sean Line, great lever. There are just a handful of you that when you go to the starting line, you know, and Justin Elks used to say the same thing about myself. If he could go to the starting line and put me within a couple hundreds, he knew we could win the round.
Yes.
You know, but what do you credit Justin for some of that? Do you feel like you were already headed in that direction? What kind of changes? Like, I know I drove an A-Fuel dragster and a license with Randy Meyer, and I think the third or fourth run I was 40, which is not great in an A-Fuel car, but you know, Randy was like, we could have won a couple rounds. But
that's good sales for a fuel car.
What do you credit that to? What has changed and made this the new deal? You know, these older guys that have been doing it for a long time, like they're really struggling to keep up with that. What do you credit that to?
Well, Lyle, I'll be honest with you. When I came into the class, Larry Dixon used to be that guy. You know what I mean? And then Spencer Massey was that guy.
That's what I was going to say.
Spencer Massey was that guy. And then when I came in, the game has elevated. Where when I came into the sport, I remember those guys used to ask me what I was doing because I was cutting 30 lights on a routine basis, shallow stage, blinking above, not deep stage, shallow. And the rest of the class was 60s, 70s. Like Justin, he came in the sport and I was helping him in the sport. Right. And the kid was as athletic and he was always quick. So when he got in the car, he was cutting the same lights that we used to cut. But also to credit too is it's always the combination of driver and car. Because a nitro car, what you got to remember is when you hit the gas, it doesn't leave when you hit the gas. It's got to get the fuel, get through the accelerator pump when things are a lot better, and then have your clutch grab. Yeah. Some cars get through the clutch where they might rev up to 88, 8,700. Some of them grab it like 79, 8 grand, or 8,100. And those cars are quicker reacting. Like when we had less horsepower, which is something that we need to, I should be saying, but like you learn more. When we had less horsepower, we start running low 70s and we start setting those records like 70 flat and we went 72 and 68. My reaction time was better, but my engine never went over 8,100.
Right.
Well, our stuff goes up way higher than that and some people's don't. And I don't know what combination they got, but Justin is a very quick lever. But you know, if you go on the practice tree, everybody is humanly fast, like a fast reaction time. Total reaction time for a human being is like 150. That's blazing fast. 0.160 is pretty much what you see a lot of people at. If you find people in the 1.4s, they're blazing fast. Like, you know, we went to the PRI show and I got this first time I ever been on a pure reaction, like time deal to win a weather station. Buddy Carlo came and got me because he's in the lead of the whole PRI show. He had like a 144. And you get 3 tries, see what you can do. My first try off the bat was 144. I tied him. My next one was 140. Then I was 134. Nobody. So you know who won the weather station. So I brought it home and I gave it back to him. I said, here you go, Lo. But the thing about it is like, that's what you practice on. And Justin, he just came out where his car works well and he's great on the tree and he doesn't get rattled. Like he does the same thing every time. You know what I mean? And everybody, Langdon's good. Dougie, he'll cut lights like that. That's good too. You know what I mean? So there are some good levers. Clay, he'll be right there back and forth. He's a 60-50 guy back and forth. But the thing about it is Justin is known for it because he shows up and he does it every
time.
Yeah, and there's only a handful, a couple, 2 to 3 of you guys that do it every time.
Yes.
You know, like you by far exceeded which Justin only had 1 shot on race day, obviously, but you probably gapped the field by several numbers as far as average reaction time on race day. You know,
and that's what we try. That's what we work hard on, is to show up on race day and be right by doing and qualifying too. But just like yourself, like you just saying, if I put you in a car and let's say, you know, the track can hold a 68, I ain't gotta make it run a 68 with you, Lyle. If I run a 70 flat, I'm gonna win 8 out of 10 times. Mm-hmm. You get what I mean? Somebody's gotta nail it, and then they gotta be somewhere in the vicinity close to you, and that's what Justin brings to the table. And for me, that's why I try to give my team to the table. You know what I mean? And then when we run the same as somebody, 9 out of 10 times, we're going to turn the win light on.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I've never won, not a single one, which I've blocked them with this beautiful $52,000 check, but not a single NHRA national event that I have won. And I've been fortunate to win 3 in the U.S. Nationals. Did I not win at least 1 round on a hole shot? You know, like, and but that is a testament to how competitive across the board this sport is today, right? You know, used to back, I said this on Wes's show, used to back in the day when Scotty Cannon, and I'm speaking pro mod, but Scotty Cannon, Ricky back in the day, they just flat out horsepowered people, right? Like
they told Schumacher the U.S. Army days.
They go up there, roll up there with a good tune-up, close one eye, stomp it, or let go of the button, whatever, whenever they wanted to, and they won the race just purely off horsepower. Well, those days are over.
Oh, them days have been over.
You got to have the horsepower. You got to be able to run good. You got to be able to run towards the top, and you also have to be able to fucking drive. You know, and like I said, the days of just out horsepowering people over, and it's, you know, now the driver is just so important. You know, it's a huge part of everybody's program, and it's why people like me have the opportunities to have the things that I do, right? You know, like my dad has funded 110% of most things I've ever done. Like when you look at somebody and say, daddy's money got him there, that's me. And I'll admit it. I'll admit it. Like I would never deny it, you know, but you get to a point where money can only do so much, right? Yes. Like when you get to a point where all the money is there, and then it's up to you. You know, you take the opportunity and you do whatever you want with it, you know, and you are a prime example, a 4-time champion, you know, and your performance, you know, Brian Karate and Oswald, you know, they have given you a car that can win, but it's up to you to go up there and get the job done. And by God, you've done it, you know, and the ones that said you couldn't do it, the ones that said you didn't have the capital, you're number 1 and they're a part of the number 2 business. Yes. You know what I mean? We pumped them up and shit them out. So
yes,
kudos and congratulations to you. You know, like it's unbelievable to watch. Just like Stevie, I've dreamed of driving one of these cars. I was real close, you know, to coming over there and doing it with you guys. And I hope that opportunity rears its head at some point in the future. But I'm pumped you're coming to the pro mod world. It shows how important pro mod is to the entire community. When guys like you, a 4-time Top Fuel world champion, fresh off of a championship, you've been to Modern this week, you got fitted in a car, and you're coming to start the Winter Series next week. It's cool to know that you guys pay enough attention to want to be a part of what we're doing. It means a lot to us. You know, that's pro mod racing, pretty much all Stevie and I do. And for you guys, the MPK guys I've seen in the comments talking about those guys coming over, it proves what pro mod is doing and what it means to the drag racing community as a whole. And it is fucking cool that Antron Brown is going to stage 1 beside us in just 1 week.
Yeah. Wow. Do you know what's different from this year versus when you got that check last year?
It's
Shadow wasn't there last year.
2024, not 2020.
Behind the window is coming together. Yes.
People may say I got 20 on the Shadow, but now they're saying I got 20 on for Jerome.
If you care about your 20, you better bet it on that Shadow.
Maybe Jerome.
That's right.
Maybe.
Hey,
Scott Lang, I didn't forget about your comment. I saw it. Scott Lang, you got whatever you want, any action you want, any round. Just you know where I'm at. Come find me. You did last time. You did last time.
He
Hashtag.
said, I'm not going red.
Hey, we're about to have 60 of the baddest men and women on the planet.
It will be a feat. It will be a feat to qualify.
Yes.
Antron,
If you qualify next week, you have done something.
Yes.
we have I didn't tell you, I didn't give you a heads up of something that was going to happen at the end of your segment tonight.
Oh, man.
We have a new announcement that has just been released on the interwebs, and some people have picked up on it. But we are going to bring on a guest here tonight that has just thrown their hat into the Snowbirds, who comes from your world.
Okay.
And they
We
are
got breaking news on the Shake and Bake Show.
Breaking news.
We're going to bring this person on the show, and this person is going to announce that they are coming for you, and you at the Snowbirds, at the US Street, and at the World Series of Pro Mod in Pro Mod, starting with the Snowbirds. Are y'all ready for some breaking news?
The whole Winter Series.
The whole winter
Coming
series.
for me and Antron.
Antron, any guesses? Any guesses?
Hey, it's gonna be beautiful. It ain't nothing wrong.
Do you have any guesses of who it might be?
Everybody's saying, please be Clay. Spencer's already racing. Y'all can't comment that.
Spencer's already racing. I got to plug my computer in. Shit's getting wild. We got shit.
Hold on. First,
Come on, Antron, shoot from the hip. What you got?
We gotta know what it is.
No more hint. No more nothing.
No more hints. Somebody said they're
your
coming
world.
for our ass.
An NHRA driver, a fellow champion of yours, an NHRA champion coming into Pro Mod for Snowbirds.
Hey, I know who it is.
Let's go.
I'm not going to say, but I already know who it is.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Put it on the show.
Let's do it.
Bring this bitch
There
on.
she is.
There she go. Like I knew who it was.
Oh, my. The water is getting deep now.
Lyle,
Oh,
you got
Lord.
your screaming eagle in the background. Look at this broadhead.
She's driving the car I won that with.
So, Erica, give us a little inkling here. What are you doing at the Snowbirds? Who are you racing with? What's going on?
Well, this came together about 17 milliseconds ago, and I had to call my loved ones and make sure that they weren't going to disown me if I did it. And they said, okay, so here we are. I'm going Pro Mod racing again.
I'm a little bit butthurt that she's driving the car that I won the race in last year.
So, yeah, she's driving with Tidwell. I talked to Scott Tidwell earlier today. This is a joint venture, and I quote, between Elite Motorsports and Tidwell Racing. And Erica has already wrapped the car red. She's already got fitted for it. And AB, you got you some NHRA fellow championship love.
Well, we're gonna have to represent NHRA over here in just a little bit. And you know what, girl, I'm red too. I'm gonna be beautiful in red too. So we're gonna be like twins, except for mine's a Lexus. You know, brothers got to ride a Lexus.
Have you two ever went down Have you two ever raced each other in competition in any class?
No, we have not. We have not.
I see a Friday night matchup coming in.
Oh my gosh. Westbuck. I know Westbuck just put the announcement up on DI. Like, then there's
Those guys better step up their game, because we're not just here to race. We're here to dominate one by one. We'll keep proving why they should be worried when they see us in the other lane. Melody, I can't believe you saying that, girl. I thought
why can't top fuel drivers say that? That's what we do.
You know, look, it's all good. It's all good. I watched Melody a few times out there. I'm calling EE out right now. Losing paid CE bills for 2025.
Better cash in that 401k if you got one.
I would never bet that.
That's a win-win deal for old CE right here.
For you, except nobody can afford your ass.
Except me, I afford my own ass. So
I afford mine too.
No, this is really cool. And Antron, I want to get your take on this, because you were kind of the first to dabble into what we do down there in Bradenton when it comes to the NHRA scene. You came down there, you just wanted to dabble and you ended up winning it. And you and I spoke in the grandstands, on camera, off camera. We've spoken in the pits in Vegas about how excited you are about this. What is it about what we have going on in Bradenton with this winter series that makes people like you and Erica, who should be having an off season, want to go whoop ass?
It's the atmosphere. When I went down there, and I watched them race, because I've always been a fan. We watch it online. We watch everything on Flow. And we was watching out there. I remember seeing Stevie out there doing his thing, Lyle doing his thing. And I watched Melanie do her thing, you know what I mean? Like, and see them all. And when you watch, like, and you go there and you see the crowd standing behind the line, this is like the old school roots of drag racing on steroids. You get what I mean? And when you go there, the atmosphere, there's nothing but racers. Like, I mean, serious racers. And you don't have a handful of them. There is a pack of them.
There's a
fleet of them. You know what I mean? You come out there, there's action on every corner. You know what I mean? So you got to come in there and be proud. And then you see, look at this breaking news. Erica, see that?
What the
Like,
heck?
when EE is coming out, where she is no joke. Like, when I look at Erica all the time, and I saw her, and then when I heard about it before this show, I said, oh, Lord. I said, it's about to get real. It's about to get real in this joint. And then all the other people that's going to come. Look, you know how many rings is out here? Eric, how many you got? You got 6, don't you?
Got 6, yes, sir.
Well, girl, I can give you 4. We can make 10. We got all fingers covered.
That's a 10-finger discount.
We made the perfect 10.
Like, boom.
Yep.
I'm just ready to go. I'm excited. I am so excited. It's ridiculous. And you know what? I welcome all the trash talking it is, because you know when that car fires up, all that stuff goes out the window. You know
That's why our sport is the greatest sport on earth, because you can say anything you want to, but when there's 4 bulbs on, all the bullshit stops.
Yes.
Mono.
All right, Double E, you've not to bring up hard pastimes, but the last time you were in a pro mod, not so well. So you're back,
buddy.
Not last time in a pro mod. It went better than your hashtag.
Well, we both got
RIP
really hot
eyebrows
last time. Yeah.
But you're back in one next week. I know this deal has happened super quick. You've poured a seat, but excited to get back in the seat.
Yeah, it should be fun. I had to call Sparko and get a new 20 coming like ASAP because my other one got singed a little bit. So I'm ready. It sucks that the last time I was in one was that nasty fire in Norwalk, but never driven a Pro Charger car, so I'm excited about that new experience, and we'll see. I mean, I love race cars, so and it's a door car, so it's not, it's not gay.
It's not gay. Yeah, this is the Shake and Bake show. You can say shit like that. Also, like you and I talked about, your season was ending. This is a time to relax. The same thing with Antron here, but the winter series is really what anybody's going to be talking about for the next few months. Like, would you have felt a little bit left out if you weren't a part of the winter series?
Well, kind of, but after, like, when I didn't really even want to go to Pomona, honestly, or the banquet. So I'm over drag racing. And then this came about yesterday or the day before. And I was like, you know what, Pro Stock, we'll set that aside and we'll revisit that come February or March. But this will be a new challenge. It'll be something that's fun, a more relaxed environment for sure. And, Wes's races are always a good time. It, reminds me of the Pro Superstar Shootout or the World Door Slammer Nationals or the Pro Mod deal that we first raced at in Denver. At least you don't look like Lyle. Thank you, Spencer. But I'm excited about it. But I was like, as I've been reading all the news feeds and stuff with the announcements of who's driving, like it's like a huge collection of badasses. So it's going to be, like Lyle said, really tough to qualify, and I'm excited about it.
Are we gonna get a freaking Antron and Erica side by side?
Right after I take care of Antron, yes.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good. I'm gonna be there all week testing. So line up anytime you want to.
I got a side bet for you, Antron. Here's the deal.
All right.
Me and you get lined up in eliminations. We're not talking about qualifying. We're talking about when it matters with that shadow. versus your car.
Jerome.
If versus Jerome,
All right.
I win. I get 1 credit to stomp on the loud pedal.
All right. You got that.
Is that a
You
deal?
got
Is that an official deal?
What
I
does he get if he wins?
Steve,
If Antron wins, he gets to name his prize because I don't have any money. But you can drive the Shadow or something.
We're gonna make that happen, man.
All right.
We're gonna make that happen regardless. So you got that, man. You ain't gotta beat me in a bet, but we can have a friendly bet for like a cheeseburger.
I
Like,
will bet a cheeseburger.
brother like Five Guys all day long. That's like
There
the
you go.
off season. I can splurge a little bit.
Brother.
Man.
Brother.
This is gonna be so cool. This is what off-season drag racing is all about. I bitch and moan about, oh, we don't get an off-season anymore. But like now that we've kind of transitioned, this is really cool. And Antron, you've run the Pro 275 stuff. You've done other things. Like, give us just a little bit of your excitement of stepping up into the big boy pro mod.
Oh, well, it's gonna be a little different on slick, so we're gonna see how that feels. But I'm used to slick cars, so that's nothing different for me. And just to get comfortable, just getting laps and getting comfortable with it. And I'm gonna be right at home. I sat in the car. I just had to move move the pedals a little bit because I was a little taller than who was in the car before. So, but besides that, I mean, it feels real at home. The car, it just looks good. If it looks good and feels good, it runs good. You know what I mean? So we're all in right there, and we got all the right people doing it. Actually, a couple of my crew guys are going to be the ones crewing the car. So if we have a problem, we're going to be able to change heads in no time. So we got all the spare parts in the world. We got all the right parts and pieces. So it's going to be no excuses. We're just going to go out there and we're going to put everything we got to it. And I don't like going somewhere if we're not going to be competitive, and we got all the best people working on it. So we have a brain trust that's going to be over there. And Manny Bajingas has made it happen, bro. He's got all the right stuff there, and I'm super pumped and super happy. And he gave me a car that I won't get in trouble with. So it's a light brand with Toyota. So we got the Lexus. And when I looked in that car, I said, man, I said, I know one thing. Lyle's going to love this red car when it's just in front of him. Like, he's going to like that sexy.
The only time that thing's gonna be in front of me is in the staging lanes, boy.
Well, that's there for you to be in front of you so you get used to it.
Erica,
Right.
tell them what we do in the staging lanes every time.
Oh, we have to stop our race car in front of whoever we're next to.
My boys know not to stop my car in the staging lanes behind the other person. They know
Erica-
not to never do
Erica-
it.
That's like a rule, man. Why does racers always feel that way? I didn't say the top.
I want my car to get comfortable in its place in front of you.
That's it.
I make her look over. Erica will run into the golf cart, no holds barred, to be in front of that person next to him in the staging lanes.
Oh.
We're all the
True
same.
story.
Lyle, before and listen, this is a live show. We're just talking amongst us girls here. Lyle, you want to do the standard question here with Antron? We've kept him like 20 minutes longer than we promised we would.
Antron, this is an important question. I don't even know if Lyle should get to answer it because he's going to screw it up.
He will screw it
No,
up.
I'll shut up. Just shut up and let me fucking ask that
He has to
question.
pee so his brain.
Antron, this is such a pivotal moment in our friendship.
Ours too, Antron.
You know, I mean, there are a lot of things you could run my dog up. No, I don't run my dog over.
No, don't do that. Don't preempt it. Just ask him.
You roll into, I don't know, I'm going to name it Casa Garcia. That sounds like a common Mexican restaurant name.
Mhm.
Sit down at the table. They lay the menu in front of you. As you're scanning through, do you immediately bypass the fajita section, or is that where you're ordering from?
What Lyle's trying to say is, do you or do you not love fajitas? Just break it down simple. We don't need all the charade. Do you love fajitas or do you not love fajitas?
I like fajitas.
Dun, dun, dun!
Yes.
Everybody loves fajitas. Lyle has a problem.
Lyle went pee.
Funky greatness of a big old.
Hey, Lyle.
He's a top fuel world champion. He has to love fajitas.
You went pee.
That like I eat chips and salsa and fajitas. Like
That's because you're a champion.
Do you know why?
We do.
Here's Lyle's problem: is he has a lot of femininity right here, and much like us with our extensions, the fajita smell gets caught in his beard extensions, and it makes him smell like a Mexican restaurant for 4 days. So he doesn't like it, and he gets
Do you
offended.
think
when people
Lyle
like
has beard extensions, or you think that's the real deal?
it's the real deal. I pulled it.
Yeah.
I pulled
Well, I can help Lyle out a little bit. Like,
it.
my family loves Mexican food, and it's like it's one of those deals where I like it, but they eat it all the time where it's not my choice to go to. I'm a Japanese steakhouse type of dude.
Oh, you're a hibachi guy, which would make Lyle even more bad because of all the smoke.
Yeah, I love hibachi grill. Hibachi grill. I like the sweet teriyaki sauce stuff.
His problem is. Oh no, Erica, it's yours. Are
Sorry,
you back?
I had to go call Santa Claus, put Antron on the naughty list.
Well,
I literally told him, like, honestly, with Mexican food is not my favorite food. So
yeah, well then you should have. That's why I should have texted you earlier and just.
But this the problem. If I go to a Mexican restaurant, if I want to order food, I order fajitas though.
All right, Lyle. I noticed a common theme here. 3 of us win world championships. We all eat fajitas. I challenge you to find us someone who has won a drag racing world championship that don't eat fajitas. Maybe you just got to show me.
I thought Scotty Cannon didn't like fajitas.
No, Scotty Cannon, of course, loves fajitas. Of course.
I think Scotty Cannon ate everything.
Yeah, fajitas. Scotty Cannon
Erica loves
owned
fajitas.
a restaurant for most of their life.
Erica, you like fajitas?
Of course.
I do.
It's because she won a world championship. A lot of them.
Well, then I'll just go without winning a world championship. Then I ain't eating that shit.
You would not eat fajitas in trade off for never winning a championship?
It's a steak and chicken, man. It's a steak and chicken or shrimp. I get the
Just like
combo.
somebody earlier. Oh, Jimmy Howell said, if I beat you in Pro 275, you got to shave your beard. Listen, man, I'd bet my homestead before I shave this motherfucker right here.
Woo.
It's like, you know what? Real quick story. Antron, God bless you, man, but the weight of manhood.
Oh, man. Here we go with the weight of manhood.
The weight of manhood is not too much for me to bear. That's why I have a beard.
We're doing a Lala t-shirt that says that.
So you heard it here first. Trademark it. Put it on it. Like Stevie said, put it on a t-shirt, tattoo it on your butt cheek, whatever you want to do. I ain't shaving no beard. You can shave my head. Got a lot of hair on my butt.
Got your eyebrows.
Fuck you.
This is what happens later in the show. Antron apologizes.
But the beard ain't going. Antron,
It
it looks like you got enough scruff to grow a beard. Why not?
It does come in. It does come in, but I gotta shave every once in a while, man. I gotta pay the bills.
No, you don't have to.
I don't have to, but
You don't have to do
some
shit.
people like seeing the face the way it is, Erica
All right.
and Antron
I was gonna
finally
say, let's bring it back.
turn the clocks off.
We've kept Antron much longer than we promised. Allie, Ted, I'm so sorry, but this is
Yep, we're gonna get yelled at.
We're gonna have to talk to Wes. Wes is going to Drag Illustrated is going to put out the full story on what Erica is doing. We're gonna talk to Erica here in a minute after we let Antron go, but I feel like we're gonna need to do something between Antron and Erica. Like it's just natural. Whether it's for fajitas, for like shaving your beard. I don't know. Maybe it's fajitas, and we all go out to a Mexican restaurant. Lyle can order street tacos like a fucking douchebag. I don't know what you do if you don't order fajitas. But
Hey, some of them got chicken wings at Mexican restaurants. I'll eat some chicken wings with them. We can eat some chicken
I
wings.
eat Mexican food. I'm just not eating that steamy pile of shit.
we'll get a side of ketchup for you, gringo. Don't worry. We got you.
Oh man.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bingo.
Go ahead.
AV, you like that?
This is
Next-
why we can't get any sponsors.
The next time, I tell you what,
We start talking about the Mexican butthole.
the next time we have a fajita slap contest, I'm just gonna hide my hand right behind that fajita and fucking fry your cheek.
Right here, baby.
This is why me and Lyle don't race Top Fuel and Pro Stock, because we can't keep our mouth shut long enough to keep any money.
Maybe
Every
said
time
you
we get
love
done with
me
this show, Doug Cook tells me great job, and about 4 people yell at me.
That's good. Well, gosh dang it. This has been one of my favorite shows we've ever had.
Oh my God. I can't stop laughing. My cheeks hurt.
I hope you had fun tonight, Antron. I know you've had a very busy media week. Erica, especially, we all know how it is after you win this deal. It was a special treat to have you on Shake and Bake, and I know it takes out of your personal time, so I thank you.
Anytime. Thank y'all so much, and I look forward to it. Lyle, I'm coming for you.
Come on.
Coming for
Look,
you.
Tuesday, I will burn in.
Hey,
We
let me tell you
do it
something.
right then.
I tell you something. We make a bet. I'm gonna get some of that beer so you can put some hair back on my head. How about that?
You can't get none
You
of
got
this.
the right
I got,
color too, man. You put me right back to my youth.
yeah, look.
So what y'all are telling me is if I bring the flow cameras over to both of you, we're going to have a very fun shit-talking interview, correct?
Erica, pay attention.
My phone's blowing up. Somebody put this shit on the internet. Well, I
That's
guess
me.
we're on the internet right now. But
I did.
Believe it or not, we are live on the
We are
WWF.
live on the
You
interweb.
are live,
With a
bro.
thousand
You
people
are
watching.
live.
My-
There's 1,000 people watching live right now.
And here's
So-
the thing about this show. We catch a lot of flack, but a lot of folks don't have the stones, sorry ladies, to do a live show and say what you think. Because
Courtney
like
does.
we get a lot of shit, but people like it. So
Antron, we appreciate it, dude.
thank you, man.
Get some rest. Pamper that bare face with baby powder. Roll in there next week and get your fucking shit ready because I'm going to
It's
that
gonna
ass.
be ready. Don't you
Woo-wee.
you putting the fire in me now.
You got to go back out in the shop.
I'm going back to the shop, Daniel. I'm going back out to the shop.
I'm still at the shop, so I ain't got to go nothing but out the door.
All I gotta do is walk out my house and walk down the driveway. I go right back in the shop.
Hey, and if you want to know how that's laid out, go to flowracing.com and you get an Antron Brown Cribs tour.
There
that
you
we
go.
just-
Lord have mercy. Yeah.
Antron, you got anybody you want to shout out, thank before we go?
Hey, no. One thing I just really want to shout out and thank is actually the Virginia Racing, and I'm looking forward to it and for putting this all together so we can come out there and play. And then like Wes Buck, Victor over at the Bradenton racetrack for putting this all on because we're bringing all of us together so we can play underneath the same playground. And it's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. I can't wait to jump on them monkey bars. Here I come. All
There
right.
we go, baby.
Y'all take care.
Thanks,
Love you
brother.
all.
Thank you, Antron. Appreciate it, dude.
baby.
Dude,
Heck yeah. Everybody love me some man. Love me some Antron.
We
Boy,
kept-
this week is going to be exciting.
I told this PR person we'd have him for 30 minutes. We had him like an hour.
We're going to get in trouble.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Okay. So now
What are they going to do? Fire you?
No. No, the only person that can fire me is Eric Enders, and I don't think she will.
Sure.
All right, E. When you get in Florida, when you making your first test pass?
Tuesday.
Yeah, we're gonna scratch off Tuesday as well.
So give it like you said it a minute ago, but I don't think people understand how quickly things like this sometimes come together. It's with Elite and we've worked together with Tidwell, but this isn't just something that we've had planned and something that was going to naturally roll out here. Explain a little bit about the last 8 days and how this came about.
Well, I don't think it's even been 8 days, but it's like typical Elite Motorsports / Richard Freeman. It just, everything happens last minute. And kind of like his Top Fuel announcement that my phone started blowing up and my dad called me and was like, what the hell? You didn't tell me? And I'm like, listen, I didn't even know. Okay. So it's kind of one of those deals that just came together last minute. And, obviously thankful to Scott for the opportunity and, Mr. Cartuccio for being willing to help me. And I'm not traveling with my posse, so I'll be out there solo. So he said if I needed another weird introvert to hang out.
We're there.
Hang out with me.
Listen, you're gonna try to slit my throat. I didn't know you were gonna hang out with me.
Not until Sunday. No, we can be friends the whole time, and then Sunday I'll try to.
Okay. Okay.
Just-
What
Well,
about
I'll
me?
be hanging out with y'all.
Monday morning, if I make you some pancakes or something, don't eat them. Like, here's some coffee. Don't drink it.
I'll say I raced with Scott all of this year. And that crew and that team over there are some of the best out there. I consider them all family. I loved racing with them this year. You're in a really good car. Like I said, I won the Snowbirds in it last year, the first race I ever ran with them. And I think you're going to do well. You'll really enjoy racing over there. They're all really good people. You're going to have fun.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm excited. I'm pretty picky about equipment, and especially after what happened to me and then watching what happened to you and freaking out. I love great equipment, and that's something that he for sure has. And you know, getting to work with his bunch and I believe Steve Petty, so that'll be a first, and he's kind of like a legend in that world, and we'll see what happens. You know, I'm excited for the opportunity. I will not be talking shit until I make a couple pulls in the car, but I'm sure things will come back to me pretty quickly, and we'll be fine. So it'll be fun.
Erica, no one is concerned with you doing well or not well except you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Courtney. That's how I operate.
That's very true.
If
you can drive, which we all know you can, you'll be fine.
I told Scott,
you'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
You're gonna be fine.
I want
to keep my eyebrows and my eyelashes. Those are important to me. No offense to your eyebrows, Lyle.
The difference between, so you drove some quarter mile pro mod. The difference between that and what you're going to do is quarter mile pro mod is kind of like your pro stock car. By the 8th mile, you got to have her very settled in, very in the middle of the track. Running 8th mile is like driving it through a goalpost. Like it's going to be left and right, and you just got to kind of get it through there. But you're not really going that fast. You're only doing 210 miles an hour instead of 255 miles an hour.
You just got to guide it.
You just got to like guide her through. I tell new drivers, just run it through the goalpost. Like you'll be fine.
Yeah, Dad's not even concerned, so it's fine.
Yeah, Cody, I was so scared to tell him.
Cody, do not have any yet, but my phone has not rang. So as soon as it starts ringing, we'll get some drug races.
Mine hadn't either.
Yeah. I feel like here's what we need. I know Wes Buck's watching because he just put up an announcement of Erica coming on to the race. I feel like we need an Erica and AB. We need a Lyle and AB. We need an Erica and Spencer because I'm going to flip the switch there, and the loser's going to pay my bills. Stevie,
and an all shaken baker.
Huh?
We need a shake baker.
Huh.
We need a 4-wide for that.
We do need a 4-wide for that. And Erica, I want you to also explain. So I work in
just saying. Pro mod may be going back to 4-wide next year.
So I work in the public relations department of Eric Enders Racing. It's a sketchy, it's a sketchy department, but the things we have to do is make sure all the loved ones know what we're doing first. But second off, Erica wanted to really make sure that like all of the media outlets that she's acquainted to were equipped to be able to release this announcement tonight. So Erica, being a part of like, trying to be politically correct here. I don't know why it's hour 2 of Shake and Bake, but being a part of what Wes Buck is doing here and trying to disrupt the system. I know that you fit well into this program. Stevie Fast personality fits well into this program. Lyle Barnett, Spencer's been talking shit on the Street Outlaw guys. Like once you do get going, like even if you're not as comfortable as you are, Erica Enders hates when her favorite country star comes out with a new song because she doesn't know it. That's how much Erica Enders hates change. But this is something that's a little bit out of your comfort zone. And I think you need to lean into it a little bit. No?
Okay.
She says, okay. She hates me.
What do you want me to say? I don't love change, but I'll be fine. I adapt. Just like when we were at Bradenton and I hadn't made a run in the mountain motor car and I got to hear from all those guys how hard it was. And you won't be strong enough to push the clutch pedal in and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I got in the car and after the first run, it was freaking fine. And it's not hard and it's not impressive. So I don't know. If I can just get a run under my belt, I know I'll be better. But I always do this. I always psych myself out. And I hate, like, my guys make fun of me, my pro stock guys, because Jake calls me Warren Johnson because I want to tack and I want gauges in my car, not some computer screen where a kid can come up and type on his computer. But anyways, yeah, the world has changed and I don't love it.
That's exactly what I want. My work here is bad.
You're an idiot.
You just like to light the gasoline fire and then walk off and watch it explode. That's what
she does. Yes, she does.
I do, especially with this broad. I do. It's great.
Erica, do you miss Dumpster Fire Courtney?
Do I what?
Do you miss Dumpster Fire Courtney, or do you like the new non-Dumpster Fire Courtney?
Go ahead.
So, okay, small story. We were in Pomona. I like Dumpster Fire Courtney, but not like shit show Dumpster Fire Courtney, just like I still talk shit and I don't love everyone, Courtney.
7 out of 10. 7 or 8 out of 10.
Not a bottle and a half of wine, like a glass.
Yeah, exactly. So we were in Pomona, and I was already on edge. I told you I didn't want to go. I've been hateful and angry and awful for a couple of months, and she's kind of been on my ass. But Jeffrey, somebody put a pile of peanuts in my pit. Like, have y'all heard of that? I didn't know this, but it's bad luck. And it wasn't like a little sack of peanuts. It was a giant pile because I got on my hands and knees and scooped them up into a Rubbermaid trash can, and it filled it halfway up. But I didn't notice it till Sunday. We were changing motors before the semifinals.
Aaron,
and it was down. Huh?
Aaron too. You and Aaron.
Yeah, but I didn't notice until Sunday. We were changing motors before the semifinals, and I was down on the ground, and I was grabbing a header and slinging some carbon under the car for the guys, and I saw this big pile of peanuts. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I didn't really think about it until later in the day. Well, Aaron's dad, Greg Stanfield, got pissed off because Aaron had a pile of them in his pit too. Anyway, I collected all the peanuts after I lost, and I put them in a trash can, and I went over to my guys. We were loading because we had to go to Pechanga, and I'm like, I know where these peanuts came from. Like, it's really not hard to do process of elimination. I said, I'm fixing to go dump this bucket of peanuts in their pit. And Courtney's like, no, blah, blah, blah. They win. They're going to live rent free in your head. And I'm like, when did you get soft? Like, what is up with you? Normally, she took the trash bag of them and dumped them in the pit for me. But Chase was like, screw it, I'll do it. But nobody dumped peanuts anywhere. So anyways, I like meaner Courtney better.
I like meaner Courtney.
But I'm glad she's happy because I just spent a week in Canada land, and Spencer's awesome. I really adore him. I told Courtney you better not run him off, but anyway.
I will absolutely still whoop someone's ass, but we lost. So like, let them be. And Woody wanted to put a single peanut in each of their chairs at the banquet. And that's the kind of shit I'm onto now.
You're into covert espionage.
Smart shit.
I think if you want me to lose so bad, like, let's come over and throw down, because we ain't losing a fist fight to them people. So that's what I think.
They dump peanuts instead.
Yeah, let's be a little sissy and put some peanuts after they go home for the night. Idiots.
It wasn't in like a bucket. It was literally just a pile of them in front of one of Aaron's tires and in front of one of Erica's tires. Like,
but under the trailer.
What is that?
So anyway, that was a long answer to your question, Stevie. But I'm glad she's happy. I love Spencer, but I like shit talking Courtney.
Phil Schuler will not take a $50 bill. So talking about that being bad luck, I try to give him all the 50s I got. He will not take it. He'd rather not have money than have a $50 bill.
The Coletta team won't do $50 bills. They won't do peanuts, and they don't do the color green.
I was in the casino with Tony Stewart a year or two ago, and I pulled a 50 out of my pocket, and he was like, "Hey,
get it out.
Put that back." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I don't, not at the table I'm at." And I'm like,
I get paid.
I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Put the 50." And I'm like, "Okay." I was like,
"50s are bad."
So what's the deal? And he was like, early in my career, in a conversation with Dale Earnhardt, back in the day when I guess NASCAR paid cash or whatever, if Dale Earnhardt went to the tower or wherever they went to be paid and they paid in 50s, he would walk out.
That's so cool.
And would not be paid anything.
I'm broke. I will take the 50s
do with a $50 bill.
I'm with you, Stevie.
But
that's actually a really cool story. I didn't know that. Dale is such a legend.
Yeah, but he literally, Tony was like, "Nah, man, you can't like put the 50.
50s are bad. I get paid my t-shirt money in 50s, and I'm like, who wants something to eat? I'm buying a round of drinks. I can't get rid of them fast enough.
Well, she don't send them my way, that's for sure.
Well, that's right.
Oh, man. So, exciting news. Going to run Pro Mod. Off of Pro Stock for a while. Been to Canada land. Racing is busy right now.
Very.
It is. Yeah, Pomona, Canada, now Thanksgiving, going home for Thanksgiving, then the Winter Series, then PRI, then Christmas. I mean, I guess we're going to wake up and it's going to be the middle of January, and then it'll be time for the street nationals or whatever they're called. So here we go. What off season? Why are you laughing?
Because that's not what they're called.
What are they called?
You were close.
You were close.
The United States Street Nationals.
U.S. Street. Oh my God, I forgot U.S. Sorry.
It's pretty important.
Vote for in this election.
Man. My God. Well, we've successfully ran this thing in the ground. We haven't got you and Courtney and Lyle talking shit to each other yet. Erica, can you facilitate that? You got anything that'll like get them fired up, yelling at each other?
Who, Courtney and Lyle?
Yeah.
I can get Erica fired up.
Well, that's easy.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't.
Don't do it.
Do it.
Don't do it.
She's kept us both in check because she can look at both of us at the same time.
That is a true story.
It's coming.
But let me tell you, if anybody else on the internet says that except Lyle Barnett.
Listen, these people got to get new jokes. I've heard all of that. I've heard some idiot keeps on with the Golden Corral. I've never even been to a Golden Corral, and I ain't going to one either. So
I'm not getting your joke. That's gonna forever be my joke.
it's okay. I love you anyways. And nothing makes me laugh harder when I'm in my car and I'm all serious and you walk up and do the cross-eye thing. So
Oh God.
But
and you told me you were going to put eyebrows on your race car for Indy and you never did it yet.
it's because he's got fear in his heart.
He does have fear in his heart. He has the weight of manhood, but fear in his heart.
If he puts eyebrows on that pro mod he's driving next week, I'm gonna burn them off when I go by there.
Yeah, probably will. You cross a couple plug wires, you can burn anything off there.
Oh man, it's very new and sensitive.
Well, then watch your mouth.
So this is cool. What's happening, and even when Antron was on right now, like I don't think we've ever had a situation like this where me aside, because I'm not cool and I don't race and blah blah blah. But all of y'all are about to compete in the same event. Like we never have this ever. This is really cool.
And these are real deal race cars. Like we're all driving some pretty real deal hot rods.
Hot rods.
So
I'm looking at the shadow right now out my office window, and it is sitting there in a pile of scrap. It needs to be assembled.
let's just say that Lyle Barnett said his name needs to be etched in the Snowbird trophy. Stevie and Erica, I'm sure you have something to say about that, but do we have any kind of predictions? There she is.
That's good.
There it is.
Hey, what do I got to do to get a KTR sticker on that thing? I'm going to call Scott and see if I can.
I accept $50 bills.
All right, I got him.
Got him.
That was funny, Erica. High five. That was good.
Are y'all going to do a remote shake and bake on Tuesday? Are you going to be in town? Anybody?
I'll be there.
I get there. So we're testing our nitrous car on Monday, so I'll be there Sunday. I'm not going to run mine and Sydney Frigo's car until Tuesday, but we don't have a show scheduled for next Thursday. But not to say we couldn't put a little express version in or something.
I'm sure we could do something, and we could even have like.
We'll see how the week goes, and if there is going to be a show, we will post it up. But it would be really cool. We're all in the same place. It would be fun. But yeah, I'll be there.
Let's go eat something good while we're there. We don't have to have fajitas, Lyle. We can go have a good steak or something.
Y'all can go half fajitas. I'll just turn the table over in your lap.
You
ain't doing shit.
Motherfucker.
Are you pulling your beard hairs?
Yeah.
He does
to grow longer so you can. Yeah.
Look, man.
How long are they if you stretch them out? Whoa.
Oh, we're still going.
That's gross. I don't like that.
You ever get them in your teeth?
You know what? I don't give a fuck what you like or don't like.
We can have a live feed from the Waffle House. Yes.
Did you just hear what Erica asked you, Lyle?
No. What'd you ask?
Do you get
I said, do you ever get them in your teeth?
Yeah, I floss with them.
I'm
I have full-time floss, and I can just pick one. See, just take it right here.
Oh man,
so gross. I hate you so much.
Right in.
We're heading down.
We have derailed.
We have derailed. We haven't even.
I mean, you fucking ass.
Off topic. Randy posted this question a couple times. I had somebody buy the second orange car, not from me, from somebody else. They took it to Montgomery this week and said it was a fan favorite. Folks were taking pictures of it. That's pretty cool. I do have some photos that they sent me of it, but I don't have them loaded. Very cool. Missed that car. We built that thing in 4 weeks in my garage on Lakeshore Drive. So it was a pretty cool deal. That was the second version of the orange car.
Hey, next year at Dallas, if they have a no prep race at the Gut, Erica, will you come make a rip and beer money if I bring it?
Probably not a good idea.
It's
I
a
revert
super.
back to my safety statement.
Oh, it's the most unsafe race car you've ever laid eyes on.
Well,
That's
you know me. The
her
safety
polite way of
principle.
saying, hell no, I'm not driving your piece of shit. That's what she's trying to say.
Look, man.
No, I'll drive it. I'll drive it, and I'll
Ain't
show
no
you
pussies
what's
in the
up.
Hall of Fame. So
Oh, wait. I forgot. While y'all are all on, somebody just reminded me. I got to find the
That was
dang
for
video.
Lyle.
No. Hold
For
on.
Lyle.
Courtney has a
Video rather quickly. I will do it very quickly.
Hold on. Wait.
I hate to do it.
Tell us what's going on in the world.
I hate to do it. I hate to be the guy because I am American Airlines loyal. My priority is American Airlines. But the last 3 weeks that I have flown with American Airlines, I have 1, been delayed. Not a huge deal. 2, been delayed, missed a connection. Big deal. Redid that connection, spent 4 hours in the DFW airport. 3, lost my bags. So I go on a trip with my dear sister, Erica Enders. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. She has to check a bag. So I'm like, my neck hurts. We have a quick layover. I'll just check my bag with her. We have a 35-minute layover once we've been delayed. We had the gracious opportunity of being on an airplane with Brian Loans. Some private laughs we could never, ever relive that are great. Everyone's bags make it. Except Courtney Enders, the Lone Ranger.
Do you feel like that is the universe paying you back?
It is.
Charged up too
Mr.
much
Karma.
fun card early in your life.
No.
Yes.
Because
Yes, you did.
I have been
You overloaded your fun card earlier in your life. You're paying. That is the facts.
somebody mute my big sister. She's laughing too much.
I'm gonna get in trouble now.
Truth or not,
Here's what happened.
your
We
fun
go
card
there.
still has a negative balance. I mean,
And maybe, but I even go into it, and Erica even said, who is my biggest critic these days, you've had a hell of a travel year. And I have, and I've been very calm. I haven't ripped anyone's ass. I haven't gotten in any fights. I haven't been kicked off any planes this year. Thank you. Not this year. I've done a very good job of keeping my cool when American Airlines just continuously screws me as I refuse to fly anyone else. So we get on this airplane, we're delayed. Okay, we all have bags. It's fine. As long as Erica's gets there, everything's good. We land, and it's like, your bag has been delayed. Erica's made it. So I go up to the counter in Toronto. Hey, my bag's been delayed. Are you Courtney Enders? I am. Why do you know that? Because you're the only one in the airport whose bags have been delayed today. Cool. So it took a day and a half for them to get my bags there. But my point is, I have been patient through all the Wi-Fi outages. I've been patient through all of the delays. I've been patient through rebook my own flights on my own plane without cussing anyone out, which is a big feat for me.
Look at the three of us.
Fuck all of you. Fuck all three of you. I've been very patient this year. And how did it reward me with the last race of the year? Right up there. Had no
Are
bags,
you
no
fucking done?
nothing. Erica, look.
Jesus
Listen.
Christ, I'm tired of counting the dots on this ceiling.
There are no victims, only volunteers. I have told you to stop flying American for the whole year. I even told you how to get your loyalty status changed to the real American airline, Delta, based out of Atlanta, where God's country is, the land of milk.
It's the worst airport in the country.
Ever. Well, Chicago's pretty shitty too.
Atlanta's my least favorite. Chicago's bad.
I know. I'm just saying that's where Delta's based. I'm not saying it's my favorite airport.
Which means
Wah,
that
wah.
if I switch
You
to Delta,
continue to travel American Airlines, these types of travesties will continue to happen to you.
but if I switch and I go to Delta, then I have to fly through Atlanta, which is the unhappiest airport in the world.
You can't
It's not great.
continue to order fajitas if you don't like fajitas and complain about the smoke.
Listen, I think everything gets delayed and bags get lost on everything unless you have a private jet. So,
All right, true story. Last night, so I got home from Brazil in the middle of the night. I checked 3 bags. One had dirty clothes in it because I've been on the One had the small amount of clean clothes that I had left, like 1 pair of shorts, my toiletry bag. And then one had a screw blower, carbon fiber screw blower injector hat in it, a set of blower restraints, and a custom top plate in it. Which one do you think that they didn't deliver this morning?
The shit
I got the dirty clothes and my shaving cream and the carbon fiber blower injector hat. We did get it, but it came in on the next flight. But we're sitting there. You want to talk about all the air going out of the room when the baggage belt comes around and stops and you're standing there and you don't have your screw blower injector hat? It was tense, but we did get it. Now, if it was American, they would have lost it. You get your $250 and thank you. Have a nice day.
I did get it delivered to BFE where Spencer lives the next day, which was fine because I had an air tag on it. They tried to tell me no. And I called and I said, you're lying about where it is because I'm a psycho and I have an air tag on it. Then I got it.
Listen to this, Spencer. Listen. When people tell you the truth, listen to them.
Crazy bitch.
He said, I am a psycho.
He knows.
He knew that coming in.
Oh, I was loud and clear. I even said it the other day. I said, hey, like all is well because there's been no surprises. I told you exactly what was going down. Look at Erica.
That is right. American Airlines is spirit with camo, baby.
Dave. But it goes out of DFW and everything is direct.
Jesus.
There is a
Christ.
direct from Augusta to DFW now on Commie Airlines, but I don't take it.
I
It
don't
will
go
never
to
take off. You'll never land there. It will never, ever, ever be at their own time.
Anyways, so that was my consumer report of the week.
Thank God that's over.
Off Barnett.
I can sense another fajita slapping contest. Yeah.
Oh,
Coming. So yeah, we took much longer than we wanted to tonight. We didn't even cover Pomona.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Well, we did. We got to give Gage Herrera his credit. We've got to
Yes.
give Greg Anderson and Dallas battling out in the finals. Unfortunately, Elite bowed out in the semis.
We do need to show video of that. I know that will hurt you both deeply, but we do have to give it. Was anytime there is a head-to-head for the championship, I'm a fan, no matter really who's in the other lane.
Close your eyes there.
The Pro Stock Championship winner-take-all final to end the season. Both cars snap off the line. They leave. It is Dallas Glenn out first. How much performance does Greg Anderson have? Greg Anderson is a 6-time champion. 650 with a 1. 211 miles an hour. He wins by a measly stinking 0.02 of a second.
Fist pump from
I know that's painful, but good drag race. Loams does a great job. When he gets fired up like that, that's a good call.
He does do a great job. And Dallas did all he could. He left on him, and the KB train rolls on.
I had a 1:50 video there. I shortened it up for you two ladies because I don't want y'all to be trying to kill me.
We're fine with it because 6 and 10 years ain't shit.
I do wish Dallas would have won after Aaron and I lost in the semis. Dallas drove really well all year and had a good car all year. So, but yeah, I mean, it was cool. Winner take all final. We had that in 2014. So,
yes, nitrous cars will have a chance in this weather. I'm looking at one right now that will definitely have a chance.
What else did we miss? Oh, Austin Prock 341 to the foul of what we did at the pro race with
Yes.
Bobcat.
Speed's not in thous.
No. Okay, you're correct. I'll go ahead and take my here.
wow.
Sorry.
Oh, they're quick to call you a dumb fuck on this show, Erica.
No, I've never called you that.
Put Courtney right in deadbeat corner. Fucking idiot.
Dang.
You don't know shit.
Eric's loving this.
Yeah, if you're ever mad at her and you want some help tearing her up, me and Lyle got it.
Oh, I got you.
Know what I meant?
Yes, Kalita to the 8th, Austin Prock, hauling ass going 341. Gage had an awesome season. Did anybody else? So I don't follow Pro Stock Motorcycle, but it would be amiss to skip over Matt Smith's interview. When he interviewed him, he said that he wished that there was some parity for next year. Did he not qualify number 1 and go low ET of every round that he raced?
He did, and I honestly feel like.
So, I don't follow Pro Stock Motorcycle, so what do we need different than that?
That's been quite new, and I feel like we need him and/or Angie on this show
For
to
sure.
talk about that.
Because I'm fans. I like their tenacity. I like how they compete. I like anybody that lives life like we do in racing. But I'm curious about the parity.
What they've had to do to go to work to be able to compete with them, and if you watch and have seen, it was very later on in the year where Matt became a player in this deal. So I feel like maybe we need to talk to Matt and Angie about coming on in 2 Tuesdays from now. But this race, and Brian Loans opened the banquet with a couple of really cool jokes. That was one. And he said, the first joke was, if you end up in the bushes, the Pachanga is going to charge you for the cost of the bushes. And that related to the Alex Laughlin, Sean Langdon headbutt of last year, which was beautiful. Then he said, then we have the guy who won all of the Pro Stock Motorcycle race of this weekend and asked for more parity. And what did he say, Eric? He said something like, it was something about being ballsy, like, could you, would you, or the didn't see it coming kind of award of the evening. I'm going to be corrected by somebody who saw it, but very cool. But you have to look at the whole year. You have to look at the last 2 years of what's been going on. And Pro Stock Motorcycle changes every single time they come to the racetrack. And none of us on this podcast right now know enough to talk about that, to be able to give it justice. So maybe this is an invite to Matt and Angie to come on and talk about that. But I think that it does show there was some shakeups towards the end of this year. But if you take the last 18 months into consideration, it's been a bit heavy.
Can we?
We also got to give a huge shout out to Jack Beckman for winning.
Yes. That was awesome.
That was absolutely awesome. I spent the week with Frank Hawley in Brazil this week, and we had many stories that I shared. Jack Beckman was my instructor when I went through Hawley's alcohol school, and he's awesome. It was great seeing him win.
Erica too.
Me too.
Before we end the show, bump spot for the Pro Mod field next week.
We're going to let y'all two go, and then me and Lyle will go. So we think 60 cars, right? 60 plus or so.
Yep.
They said between
That number is insane, right? 32 car field. Good weather forecasted right now. Highs showing up in the upper 60s, lows in the 40s. Oh, sorry, Shadow. Sorry, baby.
I mean, it's got to be like mid 60s, right?
Pick a number.
I mean, it's like saying it's going to be in the threes.
It's like
It's
Jim
going to be in
Dias.
the threes.
It's like Jim Dias saying when that screw car went
If I'm
270
saying
to the quarter,
60s,
he
then I'm
almost
saying
hit 300.
65. I guess I'm saying 65.
Okay.
I'm going to say,
You didn't let Erica go.
go ahead, Eric.
I have no idea.
Who doesn't know? Yeah.
I don't even know what they're supposed to go. Here's what you do. You let go, don't die, pull the parachutes. That's what you do.
That's going on a shirt. That's Pro Mod Racing.
Courtney,
Let
it's
go.
not because you said 65, but when I asked the question, I'd already thought it'll be 64. It'll be a 64 7 or something.
7.
66 with a 3.
Okay.
Heard it here, folks. I'm writing it down.
I was going to say
64
somebody
7.
write these down. I said 65.
366 with a 3 will be the bump spot in a 32 car field. You'll have 2 cars that are out of bounds. Then you'll have everybody else is going to be sectioned.
Yeah, there'll be a
$1 bomb.
$1.
There'll be a
couple
56
over
or
there.
7.
Right.
56 or 7, maybe a 58 or 2, and then you're going to be 60 to 64, I think.
Yep.
I've never done
5
this.
bars within 300s, 400s.
I've never done this on the show before. But guys, the Snowbirds are something you're going to want to watch. We do have monthly memberships at Flow. I could care less. My job doesn't have any kind of stint on subscriptions. I am content, but there are monthly memberships. If you want a bang for your buck, get a monthly membership, watch the Snowbirds, and I can guarantee you'll be back next month for the US Street, and then you will be back for the next month for Pro and World Series of Pro Mods. So you may as well get your year, get it done. There is going to be a lot of shit going on in the drag racing scene, and thankfully, your girl at Flow has it going on. You're going to see all this shit on Flow. It's going to be great. We've got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good graphics, a lot of content we're filming pre-shows. It's going to be great. I've never preached Pro before, or Flow, but if you want to watch it, you got to subscribe to Flow.
It's going to be fun.
All right, fools.
That's what you're going to be doing the whole week.
Yeah, you better go rake. You better go rake that strawberry patch.
Yeah, you better be careful down there. Better to go get that strawberry patch tightened up.
Well, I'll be down there. Whoever wins, I'll talk to. So talk to you.
See if we got any comments we need to answer real quick before we smoke it.
I just finished Young Sheldon. I have no idea what that really means, but
I didn't know if I could do it or not.
Yeah, you should.
It's kind of like that deal with your tongue, you know.
Do it.
I don't think I can do that. That's
We can do it. The Enders can do it.
Please screen
This
cap
is ridiculous.
It's gone off the rails. We got to get the fuck
oh my God.
Not good right now.
Thank you everyone for watching episode 48. Thank you to Antron Brown, Eric Enders, and these two idiots for being on the show with us. It was great. We love you. We'll see you soon.
The influence.